see where it goes from there.
Okay.
Okay, so forgot how to do introductions.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Just do that.
It's hard.
Okay. I thought you were going to do that.
Welcome back to Mild Filler. Hey guys, guess what? Devin actually finished Golden Deer.
Yes.
Amazing.
He did it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I did.
You thought it'd be impossible.
You can shut the fuck up about that right now. I didn't. I fucking told you when I did it. We can shut the fuck up and talk about them now. God damn it.
It's great, isn't it?
Yes, I don't have to hear you bitch about it anymore. I'm very, very relieved.
No, we need to finish Black Heat.
I got a couple months.
I know. It's fine. We're planning that later. Anyways, these are the Golden Deer characters.
Hooray.
Generally, I think they'll be on a more positive scale. The way I wanted to set up the podcast, it seems like we're going uphill in casts. So we started.
I disagree because Bernadetta's in Black Eagles.
Oh boy, can't wait to get to that one.
Yeah, I can't wait either. It's gonna be really good.
But anyways, positions. I played Golden Deer as my final route.
I play Golden Deer as my only route.
I played Golden Deer as my second route.
All right, and just for context, Devin has finished all of them with Black Eagles, and who cares about Silver Snow?
Oh, come on, I gotta play Silver Snow.
We already did
I
I heard that's Kino.
And I've done every single route. So
And you're doing a maddening run.
And I barely
I am doing a Madden run.
Good luck. Oh god.
Oh jeez, little TMI. Anyways,
Don't worry about it.
So,
Oh, shit.
first character, Tomboy with spats.
Really? This is the first one?
Yeah, this is how you start out.
Yeah, remember that's just how we always start off with the outsider character.
I was just going to say the worst.
I didn't know there was a Oh,
Yeah, it was
wow.
Gilbert was the Blue Lions one, and Cyril was the Knights of Cyril's one.
Well, she's like a student, you know?
Yeah, well, who else do we have?
That's fair.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, she's the closest one.
Which is the most outsider of outsiders.
Yeah. Okay.
Because she's
so,
poor.
Devin did not want to do designs last time,
Yeah.
from what I recall. I still do though, so get dapped on.
You do them, I won't.
I'll do them.
I feel no motivation to talk about them.
Devin, Derek, how motivated are you to do designs?
Let's do designs.
Cool.
Fuck Devin.
Hell yeah.
Do
All
I
right.
have to do them?
No.
So-
if you don't really care.
Okay, let's. If you have an opinion, say it.
Okay.
If you don't. You don't.
I
have
won't
to.
comment on most priest designs then.
Okay.
We'll go to
So-
Rough Isle and be like, yeah, I want
So
that.
as far as how Leone looks, I always dig that she did the tomboy with spats look.
Yes.
I think she pulled that off pretty fucking well.
It's a good look. Especially with an orange hair.
I still don't know what her necklace thing is about. I'm always assume it's from Gerald.
I have
Looks
no
like a
idea.
seashell, but it's not.
Yeah, I have no idea. She has it in her post time good design, but honestly,
Maybe it's just something from home.
I kind of wish she kept this hairstyle in particular.
It got longer.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt she lost a little bit of that tomboy energy.
Well,
Fuck you. I like the long hair.
It's
I like it still. I'm just saying. I think she had a more tomboy energy. coming
sure,
off of
but
this one.
it shows that 5 years passed.
Yeah, so
I
you
think
can't
she
argue
still
with that.
pertains that tomboy energy with her ponytail.
She does, but I'm just saying this one's stronger, especially with like her fucking sleeve thing here. Like she's super stylish.
It's
and I kinda
weird
like it.
because she's with archery. Never use archery with her.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Although I think she learns Hunter's Volley, which is a really good skill.
I have to see that list. Anyways,
Post time skip design, and again a little smaller, and this is what I hate about the fucking pictures that I found.
She's so orange.
Yes, very
What's
much
on orange?
Well, here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with orange, but when it's all orange. It's all orange.
It's not all orange.
It's
There's
all
a good
orange.
blue, yellow. I mean, I can see what you mean, but
There is no yellow. It's orange.
There's like an red orange. There's an orange like around her.
There's an orange, and then there's an orange with her hair because it's, and then
Her
there's like
eyes are orange.
there's like a darker orange
dark
for her
red.
shirt, and then there's like another orange.
also titty window.
Yes, that's
Barely,
important.
it's covered up.
There you
It's
go.
important stuff.
This is a window. It's not.
It's a little peek.
It's not a door. It's a window.
That's true. Well, it's not as if that she could cover up anymore. The buckle stops it right here.
There we go. Yeah. Speaking of, there you go. She still has it.
Oh, the choker. Yeah.
Yeah, she still has a little
Is that
I don't. That's not
necklace?
necklace, whatever.
Whatever.
Something.
So overall,
Pendant.
I think I like this design. I like her pre-time skip hair more. It's kind of wish she kept it. Also, find it a little weird that she's wearing like more makeup. I don't know.
Is she?
It feels like it. Like she has some more.
Is it? Do you feel like it because it's the hair? Is that what's?
No, look. Hold on. God damn it. I hate this
Or
thing.
is it like what?
Whoops.
Whoops.
Not yet.
I don't know.
So I feel like there's a little more makeup. I don't know.
I'm not.
It's because she grew up and became more effeminate.
Whatever. It's probably just me. You guys are right.
Whatever.
Anyways, I'm giving her 4.
I'll give her a 2. I like the design, but it's all orange.
I'm leaning towards Hector 4.
Nah, I like it a lot.
I need more color.
Again, I just wish she kept her hair. But
her eyes are orange.
But anyways.
Don't worry. We can always go to pre-time skip so you don't have to look at it anymore.
There we
or
go.
talking about her.
Or we can go even further.
Alright, so.
What?
Tomboy with stats. Well, not that many stats.
No.
Stats?
Yeah, no. Tomboy with spats.
Hey, she's good.
She's fair.
Good.
She was a good Falcon Knight.
Good.
For me, anyways.
That's good.
She's good.
And a paladin.
But character-wise, it's funny because I actually really, really like Leone until she brings up the Mr. J.
Yeah, Gerald.
Mr. J.
That is probably one of her more weaker aspects
Mm-hmm.
of her character. In general, she can sometimes be interesting, but it's hard to recall those times for me. If I gotta be frank.
Yeah, I mean, the Gerald thing's a huge fucking anger for me.
It's awful.
Even then, there's not much I can say about Leone. Personally,
I think she knows how to, like... It's weird to say this, but she knows how to get along with people. And I think she's very, like... I don't know.
Relatively, I would say.
I don't know. She's kind of... It's somewhat kind of like similar energy to Sedith, where she has the ability just to talk to people and usually just have a nice conversation with them.
Right.
And I think that's kind of why I like Leone. She just knows how to have a nice conversation with people.
Yeah, she's never really... There's a couple times where he gets mad, like when in her seats for Marianne.
Yeah.
Marianne gets depressed and she's like, "Fuck off," and leaves. And Marianne's like, "Oh."
That's the only time where her quirk was brought up having a high temper, which I
Right.
find weird. But like, there you go. There's her high temper, I guess.
It's funny because even with her support with Lorenz, where he's literally sitting back doing literally nothing, and
She does get a little mad at him.
she's in the back like cleaning everything, and then starts handing him stuff like, "Hey, clean this," and she's like, "Excuse me, I'm not gonna clean this." Like,
Yeah.
well, just do it.
Lorenz gets like a little high and mighty about
Yeah,
it.
which is amazing, but it's like she doesn't get a high temper. She's like, just do it.
She gets more irritated.
Yeah, she gets more disappointed than she does high-tempered.
I do like that Lawrence and Leone one. It's probably my favorite one of hers.
Yeah.
Because I really like their A support, or A plus support at the end, because it goes back on itself. Because at first, she took some damage.
Yeah.
And Lawrence was like, "Here, let me clean up." She's like, "Whoa, that's weird." And then the end of the A point, she's helping him out. As friends, they're equals. It's really nice.
I think my favorite one with her is probably the Ignatz ones, because she's pretty supportive with Ignatz, and I always did like that.
What the fuck happened there? I don't even remember. I saw those reports. I just don't remember.
She was like, "Hey man, you should draw. You know, like that's good for you."
Every
Do
Ignatz
your
support is
thing."
mostly like that.
Not
Yes.
really.
A lot of them is like, Ignatz is like, I don't know.
I mean, the problem is that I think it happens a little. You know, I think Violet kind of steals the show with that one, but I don't know. I think she does it a little better.
I don't really feel that. I think it's just everyone does the same thing practically. They just say different things of saying the same thing, which is just supports in this game sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it felt a little more in character for Leone to do it because she's more of a go-getter character.
Oh, okay. Now I get that.
So it's just more in character for her to be like, "Yeah, go for it," instead
Yeah,
of everyone being like, "Hey, do
It's
it."
because Violet just chooses the options like, "Yeah, you should go do it," and they're just like, "Yeah, wow, you said the words."
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
You chose the right option.
I have a lot of problems with like Violet supports just because I feel like they're a little pandering a few times. Some are really good.
They can be,
Violet
but
bad.
you're right.
Mm-hmm. But anywho, I think Leone is the worst character in Golden Deer, but she's still pretty good.
I have a second to that, but she's not the best.
I would
Sure.
say she's probably my least favorite. I wouldn't say she's good, but she's not bad. She is fine.
Yeah.
She doesn't really offend me, but she doesn't really excite me. You know, I'm usually like, about her.
I agree. And with that, the tomboy goes back to the swimming pool. So,
No, she goes back to the stables where she belongs.
What?
back to
the
Gerald's
hell?
bed.
Oh,
Anyways, we're not going down this route.
You brought it up.
Funny man!
I clapped. I'm clapping. I'm clapping. Derek, clap.
I don't want to.
Oh no.
So I think this is the one I was talking about. How I like his pre-time skip design way more.
Yes.
I think expression is a
I
little more
think they're
jerky.
both equal. I think they're equal.
It's just there's so much personality of his shirt not fitting.
That's true.
And
I do like that.
I absolutely love that.
But I love Raphael's post-time step hair.
I hate that.
So let's
I
just get
love
to it
it.
because I'll be honest. I'm gonna switch back to the pre-time skip one.
Sure.
Because I like it more. So this is his post-time skip one.
He's
where
got the
all-
mullet.
He got sexy hair.
He's so fresh. Like it came right out of the shower, and he's just
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna put it all to the front.
Yeah.
He got some back hair.
But yeah, no. And unfortunately, we can't see his full body. But I just feel like he just went back home. He got everything that he saw that looked like metal, and he just put it on. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm ready for war.
He's a knight.
I don't know, man. I always thought his design just kind of looked a little to me. I felt a little weird. Again, I felt it kind of lost some personality.
I can see because I do like it doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I love
Kinda
the hair.
hulking out of his shirt.
So I think it equals out to me. The hair's too good. It's so strong for me.
That's fair. So I'm personally gonna rate the pre-time skip one. I'll give it a 3. God, I want to give it 3.5. 3. I'm sticking with 3. Sticking with 3.
Yeah, you can't break your own rules.
Yeah, I can't. I'm
So
I'm sticking with 3. Even though I do like it, can't say I'm in love with it.
There.
I want to say 4.
Wow.
I think it really does match his personality way too much.
That's fair.
Like the big beefy guy is hulking out of his shirt, and then the fact that he doesn't even give a damn about like styling his hair. It's just all messy.
That's true.
Like
yeah.
yay.
There's actually support of that later. Anyway.
Yes.
3.
And not to mention, you can't say no to that just
I do
$1 million
like it.
smile.
He does have a good smile.
That's true. I kind of want to give him a 4 now, but
3.
yeah. But
That's how I feel.
all right. So that's Raphael's design. So
Let's talk about his amazing character.
It's not that deep, but I
It's
think that's why it works.
I have a weird arc with Raphael. Because I told you before he was my favorite. I don't know if he's my favorite now. I still appreciate him a lot. Because like you said, he's not that deep, but goddamn, he's so damn charming and supports.
He is a freaking kiddie pool on a hot summer day.
What does that mean?
He's shallow.
Oh.
He's
But he's
shallow,
fun.
but he's necessary.
Necessary?
Necessary, huh?
I thought
I'd
you would say
necessary.
like fun.
Well, that's what Hector said, so I couldn't use it.
Well, fair enough.
Okay.
But
He's nice to have around, but there's not much to him.
I still am pretty firm on the idea that he's actually autistic, where he like if you tell him to do something, like he can't understand how to do it. He has a hard time trying to get it. But I feel once he gets motivated to do something, he focuses on that one thing and becomes so good at it, no matter what it is.
Yeah, that's basically
So are you saying
Shamir
that he's
support.
high or low on the spectrum?
I think he's pretty high on the spectrum, I think.
Oof.
But I think that works to his benefit because once he starts, like, I think one of my favorite, two of my favorites, I think, that I like, is the one with Ingrid and Shamir. So the one with Shamir, he got his fucking breathing technique is absolutely hilarious. Like, he tries so hard.
He like coughs a lot.
Oh yeah, he's going through the trenches during that one, man. But he actually masters it.
He does. I've seen.
Maybe not masters it, but he gets pretty good at
me
it.
see it.
He's good enough to sneak up on Shamir.
Yeah, which is apparently a big deal.
Yes.
That's one of the supports. Well, I don't really care about, but Raphael's like the best part of it.
That's a lot of support, really. And I like his Ingrid one because he doesn't take care of his hygiene properly. Ingrid just keeps saying like, "What the hell? You have greasy hair. You smell like crap. What's wrong with you?" And it's like, I don't really care. Well, and Ingrid's like, you gotta have proper hygiene if you want to be a knight. You can't be a knight that way. It's like, oh no, I can't be a knight that way. And he completely changes his habits, everything. Like he becomes way more formal.
That I do appreciate that aspect of his character because he does it. He just does it.
Once he sets his mind to it, he will do it.
Yes, he has enough determination and willpower to do anything. He just has to set his mind to it.
Except the Dimitri one, where he's trying to like, wow, Dimitri, you got gains. How do you do that? Well, I gotta do this shit, like carry a boulder behind my back every morning. It's like, I want to do that.
I think.
Oh yeah, there's a reason he has high strength growth.
I think the reason that support exists is just to show, hey, the obviously not muscular guy is actually stronger than muscle guy. Isn't that funny?
I'm pretty sure behind all that fucking robe and all that shit, Dimitri's fucking stacked, man.
Right, but he doesn't appear so like damn it, like Raphael.
I'm sure.
That's the joke. That's the joke of the support.
Oh yeah, no. Raphael's like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I also appreciate other supports where he doesn't give a shit what other people are talking about. Like, the best instance is just Lawrence, where he's just zoning out. He's like, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I think I'll have something to eat now.
Yeah, just refuses to care or acknowledge his critique.
Or it's just like, does the most simplistic solution.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Caspar, you want to get taller? You should just eat more.
Yeah. Or he's talking to like Liz Cynthia. It's like, oh, if you just help me out, I'll always help you out. Easy.
Yeah.
Like forever.
Honestly, like it's more complicated than that. But when you really come down to it, it doesn't really have to be. You know?
No. It's just certain people just complicate things a lot. And Raphael's just like, no, just do this.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. And I think it's it's a nice step back.
And I'd be remiss not to mention the best support.
Yep.
Muriel.
Marianne. Where he has to talk birdsies.
He takes it so literal.
And Marianne's like, oh no, I gotta tell him the truth. And she doesn't until like the A support. And he's like, oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
He's not mad. He's just like, oh, okay. But hey, I can talk to you now. That's great.
He's been spending weeks and weeks trying to learn how to talk bird, and he's like...
And he kind of does it.
Yeah. He's
Like,
able to have a full-on conversation with fucking birds.
He knows it's hungry.
Yeah.
Yes, he knows it's hungry. He doesn't really talk to it because he's just like, oh, I didn't know it. I just knew it was hungry.
Yeah.
It's kind of great.
Amazing. So much so that Raphael is now technically able to speak to animals.
There's also the aspect of him of like, oh, fuck, his parents died.
Yeah, it's funny. My favorite part about him is like, well, one of my favorite like serious things about him was the paralogue. Because like Ignatz is legitimately like, we didn't even talk about Ignatz, but with Raphael and say like one of the most important his duo thing.
You want to do that next?
Yeah, we'll do that next actually. Okay. But yeah, his paralogue is like Ignatz is so super negative about it, but yeah.
Oh, he's fucking he's messed up about it.
The paralogue and the support, it's the same thing.
It is.
I show corporate the two pictures. You couldn't tell the difference.
It's the same picture,
which is a big problem for your houses. Sometimes it just likes to repeat itself a little much. But the core message of like Ignatz feels really bad, and Raphael's just like, bro, don't worry about it.
I just like how you say
even to the point where it's like, oh, Count Foster might have had something to do with it. And he's just like, I literally don't give a shit.
No, he almost gets upset about it too. He's like literally trying to
drive
like,
shut the hell up.
Yeah, he's trying to drive it home to Ignatz.
Stop
like,
being
hey,
negative.
Stop thinking about the past. Like, it's over now.
Because it's like kind of implied heavily that Lauren's dad had something to do with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Raphael's like, I don't even care if they died in an accident. I literally don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And like Ignatz is really torn about in their C support. Like, is it like the C support he talks about? B support they completely avoid it entirely, and then they make up, which is fine. And their A support's just like, oh, I'll paint Raphael a picture of himself.
Yes.
God, after you told me that fucking pair ending with Ignatz, I'm like, that's a fucking great. The one where Ignatz marries Maya.
Yeah,
oh, God.
It's good. It's probably one of the better paired endings.
Goddamn, that's super cool.
It's nice because like it shows Raphael isn't like bound to the past like certain other characters are.
Oh, absolutely not.
Like Edelgard and Dimitri.
Arguably, not even the future. He just cares about the present.
Well, I'm just saying he's just not tied to the past too much.
Yeah, which I think is great. Derek, you didn't get a lot of commentary on Raphael himself. Do you want to comment on anything? Because
I've been doing nothing but talking about Raphael.
Oh, okay. I mean, it sounds like when you started, you were like, oh no, but I don't know.
Because you said you said, oh, you posted cringe, Devin, when he said he was probably my favorite going deer.
No, I have nothing wrong to say about Raphael. The only problem that I have with him is, like you said, he's just not deep.
Okay, so you want depth in a character, you feel?
Kind of. But again, when it comes to this kind of game where there's over almost, what was it, 60 characters now?
Mm-hmm.
50-ish.
50-ish.
Well,
not all of them can have as much.
45 to 50. That's
something
what I
like
would
that.
say.
Over 20 characters. There's so much so that
there's not gonna be all of them have depth.
Right, like you can't have depth in over 40 characters.
Even though I would say Raphael it has a bit more depth than certain people might think.
He has stuff
Right.
going for him, and again, always
Like
true for
his
every
mindset.
character.
Yeah.
Is
The
probably
definite-
the most interesting thing about him.
Ignorance is bliss is basically his motto.
I wouldn't even say he has ignorance as bliss. He's just like trying to focus on what the now. Like, I gotta become a knight and help out my sister. That's what matters to him. He doesn't care about
Yeah.
the past.
And once again, he has stuff going for him too. You know,
He's just
Like,
and he's trying to, and he feels like, I think he's just trying to be like, all right, I gotta do this the simple idea. Like, why even bother complicating things?
Exactly.
I don't get it. My brain hurts.
That's why I like him.
And I think that reason why it works is because it's very juxtaposed to almost every single character. When I really think about it, there's really no character that's maybe as straightforward as him.
I
Right.
like
Maybe Catherine is the closest thing, but Raphael I think takes it to a new level.
that. Yeah. I also really like where he owns Lysithea unintentionally, so where he mimics how his sister acts, which was basically Lysithea, and I was like, I clapped really hard. Literally, I was like, oh my god, that was the biggest roast. I love
That's
their
great.
B support. I also really like their A, because Raphael's like, I'll help you, you help me, great.
I mentioned this previously, but it's funny. Like, I'm gonna explain this more when I get to the Marianne thing. But Raphael, I feel, is really, really great in his supports. But I think in the monastery he's kind of weak because all he speaks about the monastery is muscle and meat.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all he speaks about in the monastery.
That's
a lot of his character, though.
I don't really talk to people in the monastery because I have my routine I have to do
Right.
and maintain because I want to leave as soon as I possibly can.
I gotta maintain my lost item.
But you do remember where you can always find him during post time skip, right?
The
dining
mine hall.
The end of the line at the dining hall.
Yeah.
That's where you can always find him.
I kind of find that hilarious.
It's
Absolutely.
not all the time, but you know.
No, all the
Most
time.
of the time.
Yeah,
it's pretty
99
reliable. It's pretty reliable. You'll find
It's
him there.
around the area sometimes, or you know, he's in the training grounds with Caspar a few times.
Oh, that's also another place.
But
I've never seen
Bernadette is the only consistent character, I feel.
Sometimes she's
Yeah.
not, but most of the time.
With a few exceptions, of course.
Yeah.
And Crimson Flower, we actually. And anyways, not Bernadette today. Anyways, Raphael.
Yeah, I can't get mad yet.
Raphael
Is a good boy.
he's
He's the sweetest boy.
He's a golden
He's
child.
probably the goodest boy.
he's amazing in support. I'd say he's probably the support king because he always at least amuses me when he's in his support.
Like
Yes.
even his worst supports, I don't hate. Like probably his worst supports like Leone because it's kind of like it's
Yeah.
Like there's some character supports where I'm acting like I'm just shut the hell up. I've already heard this before. Please stop talking.
Yeah.
One of my other favorite ones with him is, I believe it was Hilda,
Which one was that?
where he goes out to the
Yes.
where he goes out
goes literally out to Folan's throat, be like, I gotta get a necklace for my
he
sister.
runs out to the fucking valley, which is like what multi-miles away, just to come back with a flower.
And Hilda's like, you didn't have to do that.
You didn't actually have to go do that. It's like, but I
gotta.
wanted to.
But I gotta.
It really drives home the point. Like right when he puts his mind to something, he's gonna get it done.
I mean, it shows he really cares about his sister.
Absolutely.
Like, it's sweet. It's a sweet support. Like, I don't think...
Oh, especially because in the very beginning of that support, he has he made a necklace for her made out of mangled teeth and fangs and wings.
And Hilda's like, ew, cringe. let me try and make this right by your sister. Come on.
Got it.
That support's not too interesting, but I still find it, like, enjoyable to a degree.
So Raphael is basically the best version of Big the Cat.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I agree.
The best version of Big the Cat right there. Alright.
I still really like him. I don't know if
That
he's
gives
my...
me an idea for what's next.
I don't... What?
Don't get mad.
Oh, no. I don't know if Raphael's still my favorite, but he's probably one of my... He's like in the top 4 or 3 for me.
That's fair. Yeah, I agree. Alright, so, next character.
Buddy!
Why?
Hilda was having a conversation today. I was pretty bummed out about it. But then I realized that me not interrupting raised the overall happiness of this world. So whatever, I guess.
Selena is one of my favorite characters.
I don't know how.
Okay,
I'll explain.
pure design right now.
Nerd.
Fucking, right? Look at him, the fucking nerd.
Hey, his post-time skip is really cool.
No, it's not.
It's like Robin Hood.
No, it's
Yeah.
not at all.
Anyways.
No, I like how you do that. You're like no.
It's not.
Like you kind of
I'm always surprised by
like
your
you
reactions.
feel like you got damaged. Like I hit you a little bit. Ow.
No, it's very surprising though. Like I'm scared. I'm
Your
personally
my
frightened.
opinion scared you.
Yes.
You don't worry, Derek. Yours too.
I think Ignatz already has one of the most unique designs alone, just for the sheer
Glasses.
It's the glasses. That's
Hey,
literally
I feel
it.
offended now.
Hey, they're hero relics.
We'll get to that
I
one.
love those songs. Oh,
We'll
I
get to
can't
that
wait to get
soon.
a Petra.
Anyways, I like.
Is there any?
I like his design.
There is no other character that wears glasses in this game, is there?
I mean, DLC Byleth, but you know,
Fair.
They do give you the options, you so. Other than that, it's just him
I think so. And
Oh, wait.
Petra
Fair.
for a couple minutes.
for a couple.
Hanneman doesn't even have a monocle, does he?
It's just
He has a monocle.
He has a monocle.
Okay, so he also has an impaired eye.
no full glasses though.
No.
But
So
yeah,
Ignatz is a fucking nerd.
yeah. I don't like his haircut too much, but I'm like, you know, I think it works with.
I
with
kind of
with
missed. I
with the
kind of
energy.
missed it when it was post-time skip, but I give.
I'm gonna before you change it, I'm gonna make a fucking reach to the past.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember the very early show called Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide?
Oh no,
Oh, you talking
Yeah!
You know,
Just
Derek,
without the glasses.
Just give him glasses. There you go.
you know,
Yeah.
Derek, I'll concede with that one.
Yay!
I dig it. I dig it.
That's nostalgic.
And then the
Yeah!
elf version of him.
Pretty much.
He's like Robin Hood.
He's just
Yeah.
a high elf now.
I don't know. I really like his design. He looks
I
kind of decked out.
think it looks really cool.
I like the quill.
The fucking quill's amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
But it's all green. It kind of suffers the same thing from Leone.
God, I hate the backside of his fucking hair though. It's awful. But overall, he's kind of
I think it's improved.
He's got a mullet now.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
give this a 4.
You know what? I'm gonna give this a 3.
Thanks.
I'm inching towards 5. I'm gonna give him a 4.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 4. I'm gonna give him a 4. I think he looks really, really rad in this one.
I like the outfit. I just don't think he pulls it off well.
Yeah. So, I want to get to the real meat of this.
Okay.
So it's funny when I first played Three Houses. I always just assumed that he was an NPC at first, as usual, as these things go.
I did too.
But then
Fuck.
he had a personality very quickly. He was very just attached to art stuff. So
Yes.
every single time I got a gift that related to art or the history, I'm like, here you go, kid.
Wow.
Easy.
Here you go. Here you go. Because I didn't know who else to give it to.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, he likes it, and just and when it was about to get to the what's it called, before the war with the war chapter, I'm just like, okay, I need to see who I can recruit, and I was like, finally I got Marianne. It's like, I guess I'll try Ignatz. Why not? And I just happened to get Ignatz because I gave him enough shit.
God.
So yeah, Ignatz ended up being one of my
He never had
first
to.
characters.
He never had to pay for paint material just because of you.
Yeah, pretty much.
All donation.
But yeah, no, I just wanted to reach that out there. So, Ignatz, do you guys want to bring up anything in particular right now before I pick something up?
I really love his C support with Hilda. It made me fall in love with him because I was like, it hit me a little close to home because I also don't want to bother people when they're talking to people. But that support is just like, hey, Ignatz, you don't have to worry about that. And he's like, but I do. Although Ignatz was unfortunately one of the characters where I did not get a lot of his A's.
Oh, that's a shame.
Which was a shame. The only A's I got from him was like the Byleth and Raphael.
No. Well,
Everyone else just was. I was drowning in B's of Ignatz, unfortunately.
Oof. Big oof.
But I do like that's one thing I appreciate about his character. I also appreciate his compassion.
Mm-hmm.
He is probably one of the more nicer guys
Oh yeah, for sure.
because like his
So
whole
false.
base of. Nah, he's not Mercedes.
Nah.
No.
Well, Mercedes is a church-going girl. He's just a boy.
Or status, you know.
Like, because his whole beef over Marianne, he's just showing her something nice to look at because he's like, come on, don't be sad.
I love the support because it's like, okay.
Look, we got new background art.
That one's good. But you want to compare Marianne's B support with Shamir's B support.
Right.
Because it takes two supports for Ignatz to finally tell something, like have
Speak.
a conversation. Yeah, speak with Shamir.
Relatable.
Boy, it just
2
takes,
months.
It's 2 supports, man. Like, come on, Ignatz.
Shimar's scary.
Ignerd.
I don't blame you. She's also hot though. But
so
And
beautiful.
mid.
but
Mid. As it points ignorance.
I like how you try to hurt me.
but
Well, I don't. I'm just trying to retaliate.
moving on.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
Oh, I'm not trying to hurt. I'm just trying to.
and yet he's
It's a coping mechanism.
Ignatz is like super. What's it called? He's so upfront with Marianne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just like, come on, see the world, be happy.
Because he's
Is he
just
not
like, hey.
the only one that he does that to? By the way, is he ever upfront to anyone else besides I don't know,
No, I think
Raphael?
No,
Actually, he's very standoffish towards Raphael too, especially in the beginning.
I think he's
Yeah,
intimidated by Raphael. But
No,
like,
well, it's more
like-
like he's ashamed. I would say.
Shane is a better one. Yeah.
Because he's just like, fuck.
He's scared of
Because
shame.
he blames himself because it was going to be his family to go what Raphael's family's parents were going
To do the delivery.
Yes, and they die, and he's like, oh no. And he feels kind of responsible, or at least he takes responsibility when honestly it's not even his fault.
Dang. Yeah, no.
Because he feels really bad. More bad than Raphael feels bad about it, honestly.
Yeah, which is funny because Raphael's the victim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, sometimes it's just the Shamir one's the one that annoys me because I'm just like, just fucking talk to her, dude. Like, it takes a little too long.
Like,
But
one thing that does annoy me about Ignatz, but this is like more of a game problem, is a lot of times the contention with Ignatz supports is just like, you know, I really like this hobby of mine, but I gotta be a knight. Hashtag relatable when you can't do your hobbies as jobs. You know what I mean?
Oof.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's fine because that's a fine conflict to have, but it's so many. Like Leilani, Byleth, Lawrence,
Mercedes,
a little bit of Ingrid.
Marianne.
a little bit. Yeah, it's just like, all right, this could have been fine 2 times, not like 4 or 5.
But it's
Yeah,
heavy
but
with
I
Violet
think
because
some-
that's all it is.
I think some characters do it better than others. Again, Leone is more encouraging about it, which I think I like more.
I kind of like Lawrence's result. Like, hey, I'll just hire you. Don't worry about it, man.
Yeah.
I'll hire you as a knight that, because Lawrence is like, yeah, it's really cool that you're a knight that can also paint. That's kind of Kino. I really like that. I do like that approach to it. I can at least appreciate that. But sometimes I'm like, I get it.
It kind of sucks because with female Violet, it shows up in the S support too.
Of
Really?
course it would.
Yeah.
Of course.
He says, "Oh, I saw that you put up that painting that I made for you, and you put it up in the I forget
Front area.
Yeah, in the hall or something." And I was like, "Oh, but that was meant for you." It was like it's always just painting with it. It's all art. It's all
Makes me want to slap the bed alive.
Don't do it again.
That's why I controlled myself with my thighs.
Thank you.
There's one other aspect of Ignatz I really do appreciate.
Who's that?
It's kind of like a backstory where it's like, why does Ignatz like to paint so much? He gave a drawing to Raphael's sister Maya, and she was super stoked about it. It was like, oh, this is great, and he just like it made her so happy that I think it just inspired him, or at least that's what he keeps going. I guess.
Yeah.
It lighted a fire in him, anyways. And I really do appreciate it. It also extends to the paired ending of Raphael, like you said, where he does marry Maya, who becomes an artist too. It's like, oh wow, really good.
I think it all comes back around because I think he's a very self-doubting person. But I feel because he got validation through painting, I think is why he keeps doing it, not really thinking about it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That really makes sense. Because like a lot of times with Hilda, that's especially because he's like he doubts his worth. Really, he's just like he doubts even his worth for like if he's even a good painter. It's just a hobby, quote unquote. He's not that good, Keck. He's just like he just really has a lot of passion for it. But he's just like he doesn't even believe he can make a living for it. And he wants to make sure his parents he does good by his parents and becomes a knight. But he feels conflicted about it.
It's kind of a shame though that he's considered like a pretty low tier character for a lot of people, which kind of bumps me out.
I think he's good.
So, yeah.
Thanks,
Derek is raising his hand.
Thanks, Derek. Very cool.
You're just proving his point.
Wow. I went on forums, man. There's some people who really fucking hate Ignatz, man.
I don't think he deserves the hate.
No, not at all, people. But it's weird how aggressive.
Even
people talk.
I don't aggressively hate him. I never used him. I never had a
You didn't use God Knots?
Never.
Cringe.
You know what he was to me? A free lockpick.
Well, a lot of people are like, he's the worst unit. I'll make him the dancer. Doesn't understand actually how God... Dude, he has the best personal skill in the game, plus 20 hit. Also, his speed's so high. He probably has the fastest speed of any archer in the game.
Do you have any idea who you're talking to?
Oh,
you know, I don't play Fire Emblem statistically. Thank you.
Hey, Hector. So yeah, I think Ignatus is one of the best.
He's not a great unit, lower difficulties. He becomes way more essential once that hit rate gets harder, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's very crucial there.
You could always rely on Ignatus to hit the target. It may not be for a lot, but damn it, he'll hit.
In like normal mode, man, it's always 100%. Who gives a shit?
Right.
But when you get to maddening and they're fucking camped in one place, man, those 20 hits, especially with Deadeye, you need that shit sometimes, man.
And see, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
We're playing chess.
Yeah.
Sorry, we have this casual amidst us. But hey, it's okay.
Anyways.
Everyone can enjoy the game, even the wrong way.
Yeah, by only overpowering one character is the right way.
Yeah.
That's the worst way.
Shout out to my level 30 Yom. Let's fucking go.
Every time you talk about it, I get upset. At least like I don't actually care, but I find it funny. Like I don't care what Derek does. Your shit offends me.
Oh wait, it was level 50 Yom, my bad. Anyways.
Thanks for reminding me.
Okay. So anyways, I think Ignatz is cool.
I like him too.
He's a huge fucking dork,
yes.
and he's like, oh my, he's such a fucking loser. But I think that's the
hashtag relatable.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That's not fair.
Except Derek does not like that. That's really the difference.
Exactly.
So there we go.
He did his job as running around the map, opening up chests for me.
What a sad fate.
Ignatz. And now we have the lab rat.
The cutest thing since a basket of puppies.
Did I originally come up with that name?
Yes. I heard it from you originally.
Yeah, the lab rat.
Yes.
Her hair and her eyes.
Yes.
So design-wise, there you go. We just pretty much explained it.
Spoilers?
Oh, my little lab rat.
If you're watching this not expecting spoilers, you're a fucking idiot.
Facts.
But
sometimes people just need that little parentheses spoilers for them to be like, oh, right.
Fuck, I didn't know.
No, there we go. That's fair.
Especially
Sorry for calling you an idiot. I'm an idiot for calling you an idiot.
No, they're idiots.
Everyone on the internet's an idiot. Come on.
There we go.
Yeah.
Go outside and get a job. Come on. Do something productive. Anyways. A little too self-aware now. Anyways, Lysithia is a cute. She's super small, and oh my god, I just recently saw her from an angle where you actually look from Violet's perspective, and I didn't realize how much she actually looks like a child when you look down on her like that.
Yes.
Hey, don't say that. She's gonna get a little sad, get a little offended even.
Don't worry, post time said she becomes legal. It's fine.
Yeah, it becomes
Speaking
20.
There she is.
Cute.
I don't know why, but every time I see this post say, it feels like she's about to say whore. Don't know why I think about this.
Staring at Hilda.
Whore.
Staring at Marianne.
She kind of does that with her C support.
She does.
Anyways, we'll get to that soon.
I don't even remember.
We'll get to that soon. Anyways, I think this is the better designed version of Nyx. That's for fucking sure.
Yes.
Because I hate Nyx's
It's a little
design
more
and Fates.
A little less in your face.
Kind of.
Yeah. Anyways, we're not talking about the shitty Fates designs.
Oh no. Did we do that already?
Yes and no.
I didn't upload it. But anywho.
Good.
In fact, I deleted those files recently.
Yay.
Okay, but Lysithia's design in this one, sometimes I'm a little turned off by the amount of fucking purple. When you look at behind her, I don't like it.
Derek, is this going to be a motif of like too much of this color? I'm getting a little upset.
No, I just find that hilarious that Hector says that, and yet I spent the past couple minutes
you're like
raving about how much I hate Leonie and
you're like this is what gets you?
This is a good enough amount though.
I think it
complements the white.
It does. It
just,
really does.
I guess I should specifically say I don't like the backside of her, like the little rag that she has.
Oh, the thing you barely see?
Yeah, but once you see it in the actual 3D model and everything, I'm just like,
You look at the 3D model, that's your first mistake.
I mean, some of the 3D models look really fucking good, and I always did like Leona's. Because Leona has she's still...
Yeah, they have a real good shine to them, too. Makes them really good.
I still like it, whatever. Anyway,
3D signs are not that good.
That being said, though, I was just nitpicking, really. I like the design, so I'm gonna give it a 4.
I'll give it a 5, especially her pre-time skip.
I'll
It's
give
too
it a
cute.
4. She is precious. I was gonna marry her so she doesn't die. She died in my playthrough.
Anyways, so let's talk about
Paired ending.
Let's talk about Cancer Girl.
Oh.
So, it's basically cancer.
Yeah.
So,
She's got two
instead of making you bald, it pretty much makes your hair white.
Yeah, it does just turn you albino.
Yeah, but the Lysithia, she can be very verbally abusive, especially towards Marianne, where she's like, "Stop being fucking sad."
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, that's her whole support. Stop being sad. And Marianne's like, oh god.
Right in the mic, too.
Yeah, that's how much she slaps her with her words. She also does have Ignatz. Destiny calls Ignatz cringe. Because Ignatz says, like, hey, it's always okay to ask for help. And she's like, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up.
Oh, jeez, dude, I gotta edit that out, man. Don't be too loud.
I don't know if it actually peaks on the mic.
It's gonna peak. Anyways, who cares?
But I really like...
This is perfect Devin character right here.
Yeah, but I really like the B support. Where after she berates him, she's like, "Wait a minute." Does everyone? Because she thinks Ignatz is kind of incompetent and shit like that.
Well, she's right.
But she reflects on like, do people think that of me too?
No.
I think that's something like a character or something in her character that she looks for. Is like, I don't think if you're competent, she just doesn't give a shit. Maybe.
Right.
Because she just sees Ignatz as just incompetent and just like a mess. Like even Ignatz gets mad. It's like, leave me alone. Like that's actually the only time I've ever seen Ignatz actually mad.
To be fair, that's the most aggressive that Lysithia also gets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Because even Marianne, she doesn't get that aggressive. She gets a little like...
she eventually feels bad about it. And that same support.
It's like, hey, Marianne, I'm sorry.
She's just like... She gets a little upset, but not to Ignatz levels like, you're a mess and you suck.
Funny enough, the character that she gets along with the most is Edelgard.
So, I have not seen that support.
There you go. I think you saw the A support when I showed it off, but that's about it.
That's been a bit.
That's fine. Anyway, I mean, they're kind of like akin sisters, you know? They both got cancer.
Literally same thing happened to them.
So, they got the energy.
Same sickness? Same sickness.
Like, the one thing I don't like, which is going to be a common occurrence, if it hasn't already with these podcasts of, hey, do you remember that one gimmick they like to bring up?
Sweet!
Ghosts!
No, that's not it. It's like, don't treat me like a child.
Oh.
That one doesn't come up as often. It comes up, it's funny enough, that quirk comes up more with the Golden Deer characters. If you go the outside ones, it's more of the other two.
Maybe that's why that one offends me more, because I just seen it more. Like the sweet thing, I'm just like, you know what? I'm okay with that one.
It works the best with Felix.
Absolutely. I love that one.
I'm okay with that one. But like, don't treat me like a child. Like, it works well with her in a character because she's gonna die, or at least she has the fear that she's gonna die really late and early, which is why she's pushing herself really hard. I might add, to make sure she does good by her parents and make sure they don't have to worry, and make sure Fulton's a better place than when she was there. That's her whole goal. That's her own MO. Because she just wants to do good by her parents, because parents got fucked over by the Empire pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Sliv and the Dark people, which is a big brow moment.
But fucking...
Which is probably what makes her the best version of like Don't Call Me Young, is she actually has a legitimate insecurity of dying young.
It's better than fucking Rickon or Hayato. God.
Yes! That's why she's the best version of that, because she has a legitimate reason for acting like insecure about it, because she don't want to die, but she is.
Yeah. I think that comes up pretty pretty well with like
Claude.
The dying thing, no. More so the child thing, because the Claude kind of pokes fun of her.
Yeah, she's just and like Claude's whole response after she gets mad, obviously, he's like, "Oh, I'm the only person that treats you like that," or and that means you're special to me. I don't really like that support, frankly. That Claude support.
It's mad.
I appreciate that.
It gave me a couple giggles.
It gives me a couple giggles, and I do appreciate that moment.
It's like the funny parts about it is nice, but the payoff for it is pretty meh. It's like, I treat you like a kid because I like you. It's very elementary.
I think the payout is probably the best part of it for me, because the whole other supports is just a couple of giggles and mostly like redundant, like don't treat me like a child things.
Sure.
I was pretty amused, so it's fine for me.
Yeah.
But on the other spectrum of her gimmicks, I always find that the contrast of her scared ghosting coming up with Alois.
Yes.
Where like Cynthia is just scared as like, oh no, they're so spooky. Aren't they spooky too, Alois? And I was like, haha, yeah. You're pretty spooky, right?
I actually saw his support in Mercedes where he just like couldn't even handle the story.
Oh yeah, no. Legitimate fear. Anyways, we already talked about Alois.
No, I know, but I never knew that until you brought it up, and just seeing the contrast between him and Lysithea is amazing.
It's funny, right?
Yeah.
Like she's
horrifying.
She's just actually just scared of them.
Yeah.
She doesn't have like extra baggage.
Like as a child to be scared of ghosts, essentially.
Yeah. That's the whole Keck. That's the whole Keck. Get it? She's a child that doesn't want to be treated a child, but she's also scared of ghosts. Get it? Keck.
There you go.
It's amazing because a huge gimmick with her and every other player who plays this game is the fact that she can literally kill the Grim Reaper.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
The Death Knight is nothing to her.
They've only killed the Death Knight because of Lysithea. Because man, otherwise she's just like no.
Dark Spikes, baby.
Yay.
Yep.
Also, Hubert gets that scale, but it's like till A.
Yeah.
Reason. So it takes a minute. But once you get it, though, it's like, yeah, it's easy.
I also have to comment, probably one of my more favorite Lysithea supports is just with Lawrence. Because at first, she's just like, fuck off. Fuck off, Lawrence. And he's just like, okay. He's just like very focused. Like, Lawrence, his whole MO is like, I gotta focus on the future. I gotta focus on what's best for the Alliance and Fulton in general. Yeah. And he's just like, trying to be like, hey, you got into politics? Yeah, because you're noble. That matters. Come on, girl. Jeez, come on. And then he learns, like, she tells her the can of worms, and he's like, oh, I didn't know. And he feels really bad.
Yeah, for sure.
He, like, legitimately apologizes, and even their A sports, like, come on. One, you don't know if you're going to die yet. You don't know. I have doubts. I'm a skeptic. And two, I'm going to help you out. Even though it's undercut by the romantic feelings, but I'll talk about that when I get to Lawrence.
Yes. Yeah. And I like her other gimmick working well with the sweet stinks with Felix.
It's the best support.
Just because, like, the way Felix reacts.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. How, like, Cynthia's just like, come on, you gotta like sweets.
Oh no, even before that, where
like she just doesn't understand someone that doesn't like sweets.
Yeah.
This is the best part about that, where Felix just walks in on her and she's just eating cake. That's all she's doing, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, everyone's gonna think worse of me if I'm eating cake by the fistful."
She's literally eating a whole cake.
Yeah,
consume cake.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, people are gonna think of me as a stupid kid if I'm just like shoveling cake in my mouth by the fistful. So here, I'm gonna give this to you." He's like, "Why are you giving this to me?" He's like, for your silence." He's like, "I don't want it." He's like, "No, you have to have it because I'm giving it to you so you can stay quiet about it." He's like, "I don't care," and so she just places it on the floor and like, I don't know what to do with this. She just runs away.
Just that fucking line is like, you know, adults eat cake.
Yeah.
It's just such a down-to-earth thing to say.
Because Felix doesn't care.
Yeah.
And but Lysithea has such an insecurity about it that she cares immensely.
Yeah.
She's like a typical teenager that wants to be an adult. You know?
Well, she's
but it's kind of like
13? No, 15.
15.
Yeah.
But it's intensified to the extreme because of her circumstances.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Derek supported Lysithea, I believe, in his one and only run, right?
No, it was Shamir.
Oh, that's right.
Why
but
she's not?
She's a big waifu, though, from what I hear.
Yeah.
So
she's a very good daughter support, that's for sure.
Well, there we go.
I would love nothing more than to cradle her in my arms, even though I know she would hate
that.
She was
very
that.
She was very cute.
So before I get into that, I want to speak probably my two favorite supports with her, and that's being Hanneman's and Linhardt's, because they talk about her double cresting.
Linhardt's probably the best one.
Hanneman does this very similar thing. They're both kind of the same thing.
I've not seen the Hanneman one.
But it's basically, it's like, hey, we can cure your cancer.
And she's like I like how Linhardt starts. She's just like, Linhardt's like, oh, I know your little secret. And she's like, hey, shh, come over here. Really?
You know I like sweets?
Oh yeah, and fucking Linhardt's like, doesn't actually know, just trying to confirm it.
With his giga brain, tricks her into saying it. He's like, aha. And she's like, oh. and he's just like, hey, wow, it's really cool. You have 2 crests. That's really cool. Pretty neat, Kino.
It literally kills my body.
And I like her, like the base support where she drops the mic and be like, you think it's really cool having 2 crests? It ruined my life. I'm dying. Drops the mic and he's like, gotta fix this one.
Very similar to Hammond, now that I think about it. Very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just like Linhardt's approach to it.
Yes.
Because Linhardt just wants to help and he's kind of being Linhardt where he's just like, whatever, man. But he like has a good heart to him.
Well, he's showing interest in something, so he's actually doing something.
Well, it's a crest.
Yeah.
I know. We'll get to that when we get to Linhart.
Yes. But yeah, I think Lysithea is, I'm always sad when I think about Lysithea just because like it kind of sucks dying early, you know?
Yeah.
Just like dying, like by the time, like I'm turning 24 real soon. And just the idea of like
oh, I'm sorry, can you relate?
Oh boy. Like just like dying around my age, man, like fuck.
Yeah.
Like in 20, she's thinking like, oh, I'm almost done.
She's always looking at her watch like, maybe tomorrow.
That's one of my favorite parrot endings. It's her with Hanneman, because they actually cure. They state that Hanneman does cure the cancer and does nothing but help Hanneman's research, where she's now more inclined because of her past troubles, to the point where when their father Crestology passed away, she now became the daughter of Crestology.
That's like I was honestly considering as supporting Lysithea just to make sure I could save her, because I think the Byleth one she's like fine, but I didn't, and I kind of regret that because I got the pair end, the solo ending of her basically implied just died.
Yeah.
And I got really sad because I do like Lysithea a lot. Like she's really grown on me. Like honestly, the only negative is just the support system, the true villain of the games, where it's just like, oh, don't treat me like a child. But underneath that is like a track girl who's trying to do her best despite what happened to her. Like she's a really endearing character because of that.
I would say so.
She's a very golden, endearing character.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dare, for the
I'm gonna go now.
Please go.
Close the door, by the way.
Yeah, it's been like that.
Speaking of characters that are gonna die early, this one for self-harm instead. I got crippling depression. Depression, bad guys. Don't make fun of it unless it's funny.
Or unless you have it. And you use it to cope.
Yeah,
that's actually the worst thing. Anyways.
But it's
what I've been doing for 22 years.
It reinforces this thing, whatever. This is not a depression cast.
it'd be just me and Derek.
Marianne, design-wise, boy, does she fucking stand out as sad.
So sad.
Like, it's on her face.
Oh, yeah. No.
The bags in her eye, the just ever-present frown.
This is like
the unkept hair a little bit.
It's like post-time skip Dimitri, only this is a pre-time skip one.
She's kind of hunched a little bit. Not too noticeable, but it's a little bit of an angle. Like, she's just not having a good day, and she's not trying to hide it.
Oh yeah, I was able to tell. Very much from the get-go. It's a kind of a shame though that okay, let's just go to the post-time skip one real quick.
Yeah.
How I do like the bottom part of the design a lot. I just kind of wish she kept her hair, but like a little, like kept the bangs at least.
I like this one because it's just like, oh, she's cleaned up a little bit. She's having a little more sparkle in her life, and I do appreciate that.
Yeah. Like,
there's no bags in her eyes. Her hair's a bit kept up a bit better. She's dressing up nicer. Well, then again, it's a Canada thing, so. Like, I don't know. I like the symbolism of it, or her progression.
She's gotten help.
Yes.
I don't know if she's gotten quote unquote help, but she's getting better.
She's at least seen a therapist once or twice.
Violent, apparently.
Yeah. In order to take out a monster literally trying to kill her.
Like, I do appreciate the post-time skip design for that alone, but I also sometimes miss the pre-time skip because I do like. I think it made it really stand out. But at the same time, at least she's happier now, for God's sake.
Yeah, she doesn't look like a fucking drag to be sad. A void of sadness.
Yeah.
But
it really does go along with her character, doesn't it?
4.
Yes, 4.
3.
Alright. There we go. Alright.
No need to explain, just let's go.
Character-wise, to the thing I was speaking earlier, where Raphael is bad in the monastery but good in supports, Marianne's really good in the monastery because she develops every single time you talk to her.
Yes.
She gets a little better. You see
Yes.
see that progression a lot more visibly, which I really, really
I'm
like.
kind of upset because I never really talked to her in the monastery. Because I really don't like talking to characters in the monastery unless I'm like, hey, teach me how to become better at things.
And continuing on
That's why I talk to Lysithia every day.
It's kind of like Bernie, but at least Marianne gets out.
And to finish my statement,
Yes.
she's bad in supports. Oh my god.
Absolutely.
So if you only see one Marianne support, you're gonna be fine. I think she's great. She's great in any, if you just watch her one support, with the exception of Raphael. I think Raphael doesn't really touch on that, but that's Raphael.
There's, like Raphael, there's certain exceptions to the main rule for supports, which is, I'm depressed, guys.
I'm so sad.
It's always like, okay.
Well, actually, no. Hilda's is different. Because
Hilda's is different.
Hilda's is just like, oh my god, Marianne, you're so clumsy. And Marianne's like, wow, you're nice. And it's a nice support.
That one's good.
Girls are just being girls.
But for the majority of these supports, how Marianne always goes, that's a problem, is that it's always usually the one gimmick. She rarely talks about the animal thing, except with Raphael. There you go.
Yes.
Right.
But it goes the same way where she's depressed. It gets brought up. People are wondering why, or they have certain different ways of tackling it. And in the last A support, it's always, wow, you cured my depression.
Yeah.
And that's what I think that's kind of frustrating, is that the phrase "you cured my," well, not the literal phrase,
right,
but the idea of you curing my depression does not feel genuine after a while.
Yeah.
No, especially after 5 people have done it already.
You're talking about the true villain of this game, the support system.
Yeah.
Marianne's the biggest victim to it, for sure.
Yeah. I do agree with that.
It's kind of like the whole, you cured my depression over you. Like you specifically, the person, and it's like, now I have to go over to this other person and cure my depression over them.
I will say that one of the most amusing ones is Lorenz just being like, "Oh no, you're too hot to die."
Right.
Oh.
That is certainly an aspect of it, but he also brings up in his B support, I like sitting next to you while eating because you're quiet, and I really appreciate that.
You're the perfect housewife.
Yay.
I don't know if he says that. I don't remember their A support.
That energy was given off.
Yeah.
I gotta remember Lauren's A support with Marianne, because I don't remember how it goes, but I generally think I liked it. Because he's just trying to look out for her instead, which I do appreciate.
Derek, how do you feel about Marianne?
I don't. She was a good unit. That's what I know.
Marianne
not that deep for you, Derek?
No, I it's funny because I know that she's a lot deeper than Raphael, but she never really gave much to me.
Okay.
Yeah, she was more of a unit than anything else.
I do appreciate her paralogue a lot because it finally answers actually the question.
Which would have been amazing if that was the end of everything.
It can be if you play your cards right.
Yeah, fair.
But because it's she's scared of her crest because it can turn her a beast, and she feels really guilty about that.
I don't know. Is the ever living hell out of me that her sacred weapon is a sword?
I know.
Hey, I used it a couple times.
Let it be a staff.
No, yeah,
it's a magic sword too.
No, but here's the thing. I used it. She didn't.
I made her use it a couple times. Hey, she was a dancer with sword void +20.
Felix's is a fucking shield. It could have also been a sword, but he used his own shield.
Hey, it's one of the best Halo relics because it's a shield.
Yeah, but hers is a sword, and she's not a sword fighter.
There we go.
I even tried.
You gotta bring.
Hey, at least they account her strength so bad they made it a magic weapon.
Yeah, they know. Anyways, it's always kind of depressing to also know that if you don't recruit her, she's the only character that never shows up in any other
I never noticed that until you told me, and I'm like, oh, she killed herself.
Yeah. Yep. She's gone.
We don't know if she killed herself.
I don't know who that is. Anyways,
you don't take your phone off during recording?
Pretty cringe.
It's very likely though that she.
I wouldn't be surprised. Let's just say that.
That was like that picture. It's like an unrecruited Marianne getting ready for post-time skip, and it's that picture of her with a rope with her trying to grow a tree at the same time. That classic picture.
Jesus Christ.
I don't like that at all.
There's some dark humor to that one.
Yeah.
But
probably my favorite Marianne support is Linhardt. Because Linhardt, it counters the Marianne, the problem Marianne, more a different way of like the crest. It kind of goes to the root of the problem. Because Marianne just like, has that bad thing. Like, oh, I have bad luck. Don't be around me.
Once again, Hanneman situation, very similar.
Yeah.
Thank you, Three Houses support system. Very cool.
But go on.
But anyways, one of my favorite moments of it. So like, everything I touch is bad luck, and he's like, "Hey, give me like that potato over there." And she's like, well, "Okay. I mean, I don't think it's a good idea, but here you go." And he's like, "Cool." He also comments that it's just a source of unhappiness. It's like, but no, your crest makes me happy. Because it's you, and I care about you, and shit like that. And he's like, yeah, that potato you brought me was delicious. Nothing wrong. Also, there's probably no way there's bad luck. Crest can cause bad luck to other people. You don't have to worry about that, Marianne. It's just like, it's probably the most sweetest Linhardt ever is, because he legitimately wants to help her. He legitimately, and the way he knows how is like basically like calming her down, reaffirming like, don't worry about it. Like don't worry about the bad crest thing, and hey, you're making me happy. Like, if you're making me happy, I think you can make other people happy and shit.
There we go.
I mean, I might be going too far with that point, but
I mean, my favorite support, which I know Devin doesn't like that much, is the Dimitri and Marianne support.
I do appreciate that one upon rethinking it, because it is a different way of handling the Marianne problem of like, usually the solution is like, hey Marianne, you're gonna be happy. She's like, yes.
That's the problem, is that a lot of her supports really come down to, it's about Marianne.
Yeah.
The other character is pretty much like invalidated.
The only exception to that rule is the Raphael
and
Hilda
and Dimitri, as I just wanted to state, where it's about them.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's what really sells it for me. It and also just kind of reaffirms like generally everyone is saying like her trying to be happy. Well, I think Dimitri says you don't have to. You just have to accept, kind of like you kind of have to deal with the hands you have.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I kind of think that's a better message, because I think trying to tell someone who is not kind of state of depression, I think it's better telling them.
It's kind of like irresponsible. Kind of like you don't have empathy. Like you're like, it's like telling a person like, hey, don't be sad.
Yeah, but
like, that doesn't really work.
Dimitri can give empathy because he's in that position.
He's in the same rut, really. I mean, relatively. But there's also
misery loves company.
Yeah.
But like also the Hilda and Marianne is more about them. I mean, it does bring up Marianne's like kind of clumsy. It also brings up Hilda is nice.
Yeah.
Like it is about them. It is not about Marianne's being depressed. So I do appreciate that support too. Honestly, it's probably top 3 for Marianne.
Exactly.
Like Raphael, Linhardt, and Hilda is my top 3. I'm not. Well, Dimitri might be in my new top 3. It is pretty good, and upon respect.
Oh yeah, you get to Ferdinand, you get to Ignaz, you get to.
There's Claude, which is just Claude. Claude's just like does his Claude thing like secret.
Yeah.
He also is like my dream. And
I have a dream.
It's kind of like that's the most awkward way of him talking about it, really, because I'm like, where the fuck are you going with this, buddy?
It is a little weird. Yeah,
because sometimes I'm like Claude, MLK Claude, I get it. Jesus Christ.
Martin Luther Claude, there we go.
Martin Luther Claude, I get about I have a dream.
Marians and Foland.
After I break down the wall.
That is the throat of Foldland.
Yes. I'm like,
Oh god, can't wait to get to Claude now. But yeah, Marianne, I think, is best when she's not doing supports, or the very few good supports.
Even like the supports that do bring up the depression, it's only bad because of the redundancy of it.
Yeah.
Like individually, they're fine. There's not really a Marianne support that I'm like, oh god.
Yeah. for sure.
Like, the one that does upset me is probably Lysithius, because it's the most, like, stop being sad, and I kind of get offended by that, personally.
Yeah, I can understand why.
But it kind of fits Lysithius' character, so I don't think it's a bad support, per se. So
she's triggered by it.
Yeah,
it's kind of like one of those. Triggered. It's kind of like one of those moments where you kind of have to correlate Lysithia's position and then also Marianne's position,
right?
Where it's like one of them is planning on is trying to stop thinking about dying young, so she's not trying to be depressed all the time, while the other one's depressed all the time because she expects to die young.
You know, that makes sense why Lysithia would get upset, because you feel like Marianne's squandering.
Yeah, it's kind of like, hey, stop being so sad. It's kind of like one of those moments where it's like, hey, you have no idea what suffering is. I do. You have no idea.
I think she just got really annoyed because, like, in that support specifically, Marianne just constantly put herself down so much. Like, she's just like, oh, I was bothering you. Oh, God, you should have helped them first. Oh, jeez. And, like she's like, oh, stop that.
Right.
Quit it. Stop being sad. For your sake, I did not.
I think the only reason why Marianne and Bernadette don't have a support is because they actually can't do it. I don't think they're capable.
How would they?
How would you start it?
It's just a stalemate.
It's a stalemate.
It's two immovable objects.
So there you go.
Like Raphael, it's like Marianne, the unmovable object with the like the one that has the most. How does it say?
Force.
The force. The most powerful force against the unmovable object.
Oh, an unstoppable force versus an immovable object.
Yeah. Raphael's the unstoppable force, and Marianne's the unmovable object.
It's kind of.
I'm learning Bercese.
It's kind of like one of those things that, especially for like Bernadette and Marianne, it's like you have to be like they accidentally. They have to have some form of confrontation.
They need the garden.
Sure.
It would have to be the garden.
Yeah.
It really would be.
It's like, oh, Marianne's carrying a big stack of something and actually bumps into Bernadette. It's like, oh no, I'm sorry. It's
then
like,
Bernadette would be scared. Like, I don't know how this would even work.
Fucking run away.
God, and Marianne would start crying because she's like, oh no, I don't know how to deal with it.
Oh, no,
and then the next one would be is like, oh,
that'd be really cool though if Bernadette starts like actually like
fearing her.
Like, no, more like caring about Marianne instead.
Because
now she's worried about making her sad.
Oh no, it's just like, and then like the next one, she's like bringing a plate of cookies over to Bernadette's door. Like, hey,
they both feel sorry for each other.
Yeah, guys. And then she comes out and she's holding like a million I'm sorry notes, and she's like, oh, but I
made million I'm sorry notes.
Yeah.
The fuck is this, Japan?
Can you guys please stop talking about my least favorite character? You're offending me.
Oh my god, you turned around so hard. Anyway, Black Eagles.
Can't wait.
Yeah,
anyway, it's gonna be so Kino.
Marianne, fucking is the best way to cure your depression. There you go.
Marianne
wow.
is a cool character played by the support system. That's every character in this game sometimes.
Very true.
Come on, guys. If you want to get rid of your depression, all you need is friends.
Standing ovation. Nobel Peace Prize now handed to Derek.
Billions of subscribers immediately. Why the fuck didn't I think of that?
Stonks.
There we go. Power of friendship.
Power of friendship. Stonks. Stonks go up.
Anyways, next character.
Yeah.
Just sucking your toes. Okay, my headcanon is that Lorenz has a foot fetish, and there's no way you can convince me otherwise. Anyways, design-wise, the fucking flower and the haircut, man. What a perfect incel combo. Jesus fucking
Hector.
Christ. The head shape, the nose, it's perfect.
Hector, with the DLC out, he's not the true incel now.
Oh boy, that's true.
Yeah,
that is true. That is true. We're going to talk about this in the Shadows one later.
Yeah. After you both play it and I don't care about it.
God. Yeah. It's like, he looks like a fucking chump, man, but it's so good. It's so good.
Really is.
Chump he is.
His personality definitely does not fit his outer appearance.
No, it fits perfectly.
No, because immediately I honestly thought he was going to be this stupid dork nerd.
No, like the haircut's so bad with the flower, it's kind of perfect. Because he's trying, he's trying really hard in the way he thinks knows best, which is basically a lot of his character's interactions with women. Because he's just
a huge mess.
It's a huge mess of like, I think I'll find a noble woman today to marry.
Design to the next one, yes. and then he just becomes the best version of Virion.
He becomes a Chad.
Oh my god, look at him. He's so
Look,
beautiful.
Look at that Fabio.
The hair really helps.
Oh yeah, no.
Hey,
Yeah.
I like how he got the upgrade of his flower, just becoming a metal piece.
It's just a crest now.
I actually looking at the design, man. I kind of want to give this a 5 already. He looks really fucking good. Another purple problem?
No. The one thing that I can't stand about it is just you can't see it in this picture, but it's just the lower half where he's just wearing.
Oh
those
my god,
weird
I forgot.
pants.
I forgot.
I wish to the freaking Nintendo gods that he was wearing metal armor down there, but he's wearing stupid pants.
Just regular old pants.
They look almost like leggings.
Anyways, just this portrait, I'm gonna give this a fucking 5.
I'll give this a 5.
I'll give this a 5.
You
deserve it, Lawrence.
He's a damn handsome man.
I love you.
So yeah,
Noble bastard.
I think Lorenz though is a better version.
He's not
of
a bastard.
better version of Varion in some way. Sometimes Varion does it a little better, and depending on his support.
He blows Very out of the fucking wall.
Not all the time. Don't underestimate Varion. Do more supports with him. That's where Varion shines. But anyways, Lorenz himself though,
Varian's kind of cringe.
he is pretty.
But
cringe. But Lorenz is also cringe, but he's good at it.
Yes, but at least at certain times later, he's just like, I love his A support of Byleth because he's just like, oh god, I was kind of cringe.
Yeah, even he acknowledges
He learns.
That's probably that might be either my favorite Lawrence support or
the
one of my
Ferdinand.
I don't. Oh, that one's
Yeah.
really fucking funny because it's a big ass circle jerk.
Yeah.
And
Or the Sylvain one, which is
Yeah.
basically it's a dick measuring contest.
Yes.
Those are really funny.
the fucking nobleman house trio, man.
Perfect.
Yes, it's good to be mobile.
I want to see all 3 of them drink tea at once while they all have dumb fucking faces and laughing. And
And Sylvain
jerking off each
reveals, "Oh, I hate women." What? Nothing.
other. Everyone, like both of them, like stare at him, like.
And Lawrence just like doesn't comprehend. It's like what? Cringe.
He's like, you don't get tea anymore.
Get the fuck out of here.
You don't get apple spice here. You go mint tulip.
That wasn't very noble, man, of you.
That wasn't very noble of you. And Ferdinand's like,
I think
I do declare.
I do have to talk about the best thing about
Varion, yes.
not
Is that beautiful hair of
like
his?
the best thing, and also sometimes the worst thing about Lawrence's character is his idea of nobility, which is very pervasive for a lot of his, if not most of his supports.
But I love how well he himself explains it though.
Because his idea is like, all right, nobles have a duty to protect the weak / pretty much the commoners, and the commoners return, respect us.
Yes.
And that's shit. And nobles have a personal responsibility to make sure everything's great in the world.
Yes.
Or at least in Foldland anyways.
Yes.
Because he really cares about alliance tensions. He cares about politics. He wants to make sure everyone's doing the best thing good. He's not like all the other nobles, kind of, or the typical anyways. Like all of nobles' parents seem like fucking assholes. Just or maybe like not great, except for like Mary has a adopted father and like Lysis's parents seem okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But most of them are like just assholes
Yeah.
who just are in it for themselves. And Lawrence even acknowledges that. Like, yeah, they're kind of squabbling assholes.
There's a reason why Edelgard and Hubert literally fucking clear them.
Yeah.
Fucking just clears all of them. Just slaughters all the fucking nobles.
Yeah, that's true. But like, Lawrence just is focused on the alliance because he's Gostier's son.
Yeah. And it's funny because like he has a way of thinking.
Yes,
like for sure. And
he has a certain way of thinking about nobility. Where other people are like, they think Lawrence is the typical noble when in fact he's actually noble in a way.
It's very easy to get the wrong impression on him.
Yeah.
Yes,
Very easy.
Like pre-time skip, that's kind of probably the MO for the how they wrote him was to make him kind of like that, or appear like that anyways. Even though, like, I think one of the more like interesting ways he thinks about nobility is his C support of Dorothea, probably the best part of that whole support, where he's very pragmatic about his marriage options. He's like, all right, it's got to be with a noble, obviously, and make sure it does well with Clunk, Oscar, and me, and make sure everything is good with Fulton. Like, I gotta make sure this is right. And Dorothea's like, dude, that's kind of cringe. And then the support becomes fucking boring.
But he's got a freaking point though. Like I understand.
Yes, that's why I like it.
Yeah.
That's why it's the best part of that whole support. And then there's Mercedes that counters like, but what if you like a commoner? And he's like, I don't know. Fuck, I didn't think of that.
I think he brings up like it sucks, but sorry.
Yeah, he'd be like, I would still probably not do it. He's like, yeah, I gotta think about my duty. And
Yeah.
and Mercedes actually gets a little irritated. She's like, it's kind of frustrating being around you because you like us commoners. And he's just like, what? What? And she just leaves.
It's funny because in the Leone, I think A+ or A support, I think it's funny that they switch positions.
Yes,
Yeah.
I really... Leone and Lawrence, like I said earlier, is the best Leone support because they have a good chemistry or connection of like Lawrence. At first, that starts out with like Lawrence doesn't want to do the shit like, hey, carry this to the warhouse. He's like, no, I'm a noble.
I'm not gonna clean your filthy swords.
That's a common thing.
We have people to do that for
and
me.
like Leone gets to like, what you say? But it turns around in the C+ where he is helping her because she got wounded. He's like, here, take my finger chip. I'm a noble guy, help you commoners out. And then it progresses until it gets to like their A+, where she helps him out because she's like, we're equals. That's how it should be. We should help each other out. Like, I understand your viewpoint, Lawrence. I'm like, nobles and commoners do have their rules, but we should help each other out, like, to make it better Fulton. He's like, yes. And I did get that pattern. It's okay.
There we go.
Like,
me too, actually.
Yeah, like I really do appreciate his thought process. Like, he's trying to look out for the best interest of the Alliance and Fulton in general.
Yeah.
Like, he feels like he feels like it's his personal responsibility because he is a noble.
Yeah,
which is really funny.
There's good intentions.
He has good intentions because he feels nobility has to be noble, even though most nobles don't give a shit.
Ferdinand does it better though. But
Lawrence is
later.
Ferdinand is a chattist.
Later.
Anywho, moving on. I think same with Lorenz as far as his responsibility to think. I think the way he develops is pretty good because he learns it's not about the territory or the title sometimes. He starts to say just as long as they're competent.
As long as they get the job done.
Which I think that's why he starts to like open up to Dorothea and Leone, like more of the commoner girls.
Yeah, because like his big problem was just like he was too bound by the titles and the commoner noble role, even though his view on it was fine to a point, but like it kind of prevented people from like being optimal about it, like actually helping each other out.
Yeah.
He was too rigid on his viewpoints of like, no, nobles have to do this and you do that.
Exactly. And I think once he loosened up a little, I think he became pretty much a way better person.
I also like how he's just like, oh man, I fucked up on the girl thing entirely, man. By the roof, I fucked up on that really hard.
It's absolutely great.
Like, he also just has a really big heart in general. Because, like, he tells Ignatz, like I said, he talks to Ignatz like, hey, gonna be a painter, I'll hire you, that's really cool. Talks to Lysaith, man, I feel really bad, gonna help you out. Really helps out Leone. Like, the only time, like, he even appreciates Raphael. It's like, I thought you were really fucking stupid. But there's a kind of a worldly thing about your simplicity. Raphael does not fucking pay attention because he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Claude 1 is a really good ace support.
I didn't even bring up that one.
Because he's just like, because Claude's like, hey, you probably want to roll an alliance. And he's just like, yeah, but honestly, you're better at it. You have the capabilities of being a leader. I don't. It shows that he wants the best for Fulton no matter what.
Even if it's
he values that more than like he probably would want to rule alliance, but he doesn't see it as being the most optimal thing for the alliance in general.
He has goals and dreams, but he doesn't let that get in the way of what's best.
Right.
Yes, he wants what's best. That's ultimately his MO. That's what he wants, and he values Claude a lot. Even though he gets in Claude's case a lot, being like, dude, what the fuck? You're pretty cringe, bro.
Even in the story.
Like, even in the story, he's the only one who's actively like opposed to Claude until he stops doing that. But it really shows that he does value Claude a lot. And he does
and
see...
vice versa, yeah.
Yes, and Claude's like, hey, don't... Yeah, you're like, he even comments to Lawrence, like, hey, if you were more people like you out there, the noble class would probably be actually good.
Yeah.
They actually probably hold up to their name.
Well, because nearing the end of the story, when they're... I think it's like the last few chapters, Claude makes reference that they have to go into cluster territory.
Yes,
Yeah.
the bridge.
He's like, yeah, I have to tell my dad about this just so he doesn't fuck us over later. And so they kind of have to have that mutual respect where it's like, we need to get into your territory, but I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure that you and your family are not caught up into this.
Yeah.
He's like, it doesn't matter what's going on at the moment, just making sure that Lawrence and his family are okay, as long as everyone in the whole group is okay as well.
Exactly.
It's like the only people that they are both most worried about is the enemy, and getting them away from the territory as much as possible. Like that little dynamic was very nice to see.
There we go. I also want to bring up one more because we said along Lawrence. But I want to bring up the Catherine one, which I actually really do like.
I have not seen that one.
Catherine starts to question Lawrence. Like, all right, you're all about fucking nobles, but what happens when someone's a noble and an outlaw? What do you do?
Does he like short circuits? Like what?
Yeah, he does. He does not like.
Does not.
Lawrence
does that exist?
How can you do 2 over 0? That's impossible.
Yeah.
Lawrence.exe crashed.
Yeah, he completely breaks. But once you get to his A support, it comes to show that the support really does come through. Where it's like, doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
You got the noble heart sort of thing. You got the energy, and I think that's what matters the most.
Yeah.
You got the blood.
Lawrence is probably, if not my favorite, he might be my second or third. I really do like him.
Fair enough. Derek, any last thoughts?
His only flaw is just like the support system being bad, where it's just like, hey guys, let's talk about this thing again.
Let's talk about your toes for a second.
Does he have something with Edelgard?
No.
Aww.
Should have though, honestly.
That would be really interesting, because maybe Edelgard wouldn't appreciate it, but then again, he gets the Ferdinand one.
Yeah.
Edelgard, let me lick your toes.
Oh god. Don't make him into all of our Fire Emblem.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I can't wait to get to that point.
Oh boy. Anyways, next character.
Yay.
Hilda. Or I should say Hilda. Hilda.
Oh my god, my dad only gave me $200 for my allowance.
You're making me work. I love her critical so much.
Anyways, design-wise, boy, man, she is an anime character.
I adore her.
She is hot.
She is a fucking anime. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Like this version of her, super weak compared to her Ultra Instinct form. A fucking.
Oh, it's not the pit stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the pit stop.
Yeah. I kind of want to do like a side-by-side view, just the both of them.
But yeah, this is the boy. She is.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to use the word slut.
No.
I don't want to use
that.
I think it's like with the hoops and there's some thought energy coming off of the design. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't you say that.
Look at me. Look at this picture. Tell me this, and that fucking stare she's giving you. The fucking pose. Tell me that isn't thought energy.
Hector.
Tell me that isn't.
We'll get to Dorothea later.
Yes, we'll get to Dorothea later. If you're complaining about this with Hilda and not Dorothea, I don't even know who you are.
Hector, we'll get to Bernadetta later.
What?
Thought energy from Bernadetta. Jesus Christ, Bernadetta's fucking insult. What are you talking about?
No, I would not say horror energy. Nor slut energy.
Like, I guess you could probably you may think that because she's like, oh, I can use this to make people do stuff for me.
That being said, though, I do like her design. I'm giving her a 4.
I will also give it a 4. I've only given like 1-3 so far. Very different from Blue Lions.
Well, this is just designs too. So.
Well, yeah, designs too.
I'm gonna say 5.
A 5. There you go.
Say 5. It works
for
her
the
though.
titties win.
No, especially not even the titties. No, it's just like everything about her just works. I like her overall. Yes!
Choo choo!
Yes, 5.
God.
There we go.
Sorry, 5.5.
Just take a moment to stare at that, Devin. Is this a little too much?
Isn't it gorgeous?
Sorry, what?
Jesus Christ. Alright.
In the sunset, too.
I'm not going to keep it on this picture.
Oh.
Because it's a very distracting picture.
I agree.
But anyways, there we go. It's
I-
a little distracting, but
I
whatever.
adore Hilda.
Anyways,
I had a
personality
weird arc
wise.
of Hilda.
Yeah.
Alright, give us the waves.
She was going to be my second.
Oh, really?
Next to Shamir.
Wow, you're second,
Wow.
huh?
Yeah.
That was
Holy
Lysithea.
shit! I didn't know that.
No, like I said, Lysithea is a phenomenal daughter support. She is freaking waifu support.
At first, when I first saw her, no expectations. Probably wasn't gonna like her. Then I was like, I really like her. Then I started not to care about her that much, and now I'm like, yes.
Yes.
That's my whole loop-de-loop round arc, essentially, of how I feel about Hilda.
Well, there she is.
How do you feel, Hector?
I like her. I don't think I feel as strongly as you guys. But I don't know. I think
I think,
her laziness gimmick works pretty decently well.
I think that's kind of the worst thing, is sometimes she can appear kind of super shallow,
Yeah.
and it can get kind of like grating. Although it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But
I get
probably-
why she's doing it.
Probably my favorite aspect of Hilda is like she is probably more nicer than she thinks she is.
Yeah.
It's most
Especially with the Lysithea support.
it's. I've actually seen that one, I think.
Have you?
But
I'm trying to remember. I'm sure I have, but I'm just trying to remember.
I think it's best showcased from my perspective, anyways, from like the B support Mercedes, which at first I told you I hate that C support Mercedes and Hilda. I thought it was trash, but that B support completely saved it, because Mercedes is doing a lot of work and Hilda's just like, wow, that's too much. Let me help you, and like Mercedes is just like, oh wow, really? That'd be great, man. We're kind of like the same, and Hilda's like, what? No.
Huh?
There you go.
Because like Hilda is lazy, quote unquote, to a certain point, until she's just like, jeez, that's just gonna cause them problems. I gotta help.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, she starts to feel bad. She like, because even like I wouldn't even call her lazy. I mean, she kind of is. Like the whole
There's a thing
reason.
I want to point out about that, but I'll let you finish.
But the whole reason for her being quote unquote lazy is like she doesn't want to let anyone down, because her whole older brother Hoist is a cool Chad.
He's god tier apparently.
He's a Chad.
I'm so mad we never get to even see him.
The only thing we hear, the only time he gets owned is by Nemesis, which is fair. That's fair.
The only thing that could ever take down Hoist is the embodiment of evil.
Yeah, literally,
Grandpa.
and indestruct and unmovable force, whatever. I don't give a shit. But yeah, I don't know. Like as far as Hilda goes, I mean, I don't know. I just don't feel as strongly with her when it comes to the support.
Like,
I think it's interesting how she tries to like trick people into doing things or doing that. But I think it, as you said, sometimes it gets a little shallow.
No, but that's
I think
that it's the worst of Lawrence. Probably my least favorite support is with Lawrence, because it's just her basically doing that, and like Lawrence is kind of just taking the cake.
Yeah,
and she's just
hot.
like yeah, and he's just like, oh wow, I thank you for doing that. You're really training me up. Thank you for doing this. But in A support,
he's kind of simping. Come on.
Yeah, he's kind of simping. But like, I think with that B support, she kind of feels bad, and she does do better by the A support, and like, she's just, and Lawrence is like, wow, you're really cool, and like she even says like, wow, Hoist, I wrote to Hoist, and he's really impressed, and he's like, wow, you've been doing more shit. That's why. Probably because she feels bad for kind of using Lawrence to that degree, and him not being that aware. I think that A does save that support.
Yeah.
The C and B are fucking trash.
Alright, so I think I'm gonna spill the beans, because I did dwell on this when you told me on why Claude and Hilda are my favorite
Duo.
The duo. So Edelgard and Hero is probably the weakest, but I think they still work.
Dudu and
Dimitri.
Dimitri.
Dimitri's pretty strong because of their relationship, but as far as synergy goes on like the outside stuff, it's okay. It's fine. It works. You gotta pretty much protecting Dimitri. The reason I really like Claude and Hilda, from the get-go, they're already best friends. They talk to each other casually, but what I like is when they mention stuff in the post time skip is how they both kind of function. where Claude riles up people while Hilda is able to like make them actually do something, like give them synergy to actually do it.
Yeah.
Was that their A support?
It was more in the story where
Yeah.
Claude basically Claude is the person that brings people in while Hilda's the one that manages them, and I think something like that is extremely important when it comes to going into a war.
It was during the moment where you have to infiltrate.
Clean up the monastery.
Was that it?
Yeah, it was after the thief things, and it just really comes to show how they both actually work very well together. And
what was the dialogue where they had to infiltrate? I think it was either a wall or a castle.
Oh yeah, that thing.
But it was the gimmick where Hilda came up with the idea, but Claude was able to have everyone do it, or vice versa.
Oh, you mean the fortress?
Yeah.
Where he did the Almayan trick?
Yeah.
It was like chapter 18.
Yeah.
I remember that because I won in that chapter.
And they both also know that they're both bullshitting who they really are.
That was their A support. Because beforehand, I didn't really care about their support, but that A really helps. Because it's just like, oh, that makes sense. Because she really talks about, like, Claude, I can kind of tell when you're bullshitting that smile. Same thing, Claude's like, yeah, I can kind of tell when you're bullshitting too.
I also, in their... if they get a theoretical paired ending, I also do think it's a very smart move. Like, the guy that's been protecting the throat of Folden or whatever has just, having the Almarian king and the fucking sister of that person, I think is the perfect way to, like, settle, like, relations pretty well. But, yeah, I don't know, man.
I was like, she's kind of casually racist to Sarah at points.
I do like that support a lot. I like think about it because it's such a contrasting character.
It made me like Sarah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Because he's just like, racism, that's kind of whack.
It is pretty whack, isn't it, Devin?
Oh, man. Hey,
Claude,
what do you think about that?
Like, Claude just goes on about it, like, but Sarah's just like, yeah, that's just whack. It just
Ingrid,
leaves it at
what do you think about that? Well, Ingrid's over there having a spasm.
Oh, Duskers!
Damn, I gotta put this one out too.
I only said once.
I thought we had to be. I thought we'd be cleaning this one. Anyways, but yeah, I think that's why I really like it a lot. Don't get me wrong. I think Edelgard and Hubert also have some synergy, but that's more on doing really kind of shitty things.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is like that, like the maniacal evil leader, and then just like the
carry my orders.
Like the Megatron and the Starscream was like, yes, I've finally done everything. He's like, yes, good job, Edelgard, good job. I'm so proud.
But yeah, I think that's why they have really good synergy, because I think they both work together in their own niche areas.
Yeah.
What
was like Cynthia's and Hilda? It was like, God, it's killing me that I can't remember.
It was the one where I'm not wondering if it was no, it was Lysithea, because something happens and then they bump into each other, and then Lysithea's like, what does that smell? And then Hilda's like, oh
my god, that's her yandere smell.
Yeah, and then
I want to smell just like you.
Yeah, because
that's their C. I just don't remember the rest.
Yeah, because Hilda's wearing perfume, and then Lysithea's like, oh, I want to smell like you.
That's a grown up.
Because you smell like a grown up, and then so it's basically her teaching Lysithea what it's like to dress and act and like look like a grown up, and I'm like, oh, that was a really good big sister moment.
Ironically, I think Hilda is not that grown up compared to Lysithea.
I think she can be mature.
That's fair. She can be.
And it's funny. I wanted to bring up the point where you guys are like, oh, she's like very lazy and stuff. Yes, but
but like I said, lazy.
Yeah, heavy quotation marks. But
she just doesn't want to let people down, because she saw Hoist being like really distraught when he let people down, because people think Hoist has the big dick, and he does.
God energy.
God energy. But like when he fails him, he like looks really crushed, and she's like, I don't want to deal with that.
Oh no, but the one thing I love, the irony of the fact that she doesn't do a lot, but she puts in so much effort into not doing things.
I don't know about that, but I think there's an irony where she does hold up to that belief of like not wanting to let people down until it becomes unbearable for her, where she's just like, I gotta help you.
It's relatable.
Yeah, because she's like with Mercedes, like I told her, she's like, I've gotta help you.
Yeah.
Like it'd be too much for her to not help her, because like she's just like, oh, that's so much for one person, you know.
Fair enough.
Like there's a compassion to Hilda that I do appreciate.
Absolutely.
Which I realized when one person just said, I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Sometimes I don't catch on to things, and then people have to say it out loud. I'm like, right.
Hey.
Anyways, any last thoughts on Hilda?
I love Hilda.
Hilda is probably my top 3.
Well, there we go.
Top 2.
She is probably best girl. That or Lysithia.
Hilda's definitely the girl that would do it in missionary and would not try. Anywho,
I guess so.
next
Good enough for
character.
me.
There we go.
Yay!
There we go.
Oh,
We got Mr. Claude von Luther.
I'm gonna have to open a window. It's
Luther?
getting hot in here.
What?
Like
Oh,
Martin Luther King.
yeah, right.
There we
That's the kek we made.
It's getting toasty in here.
go. A little bit.
He's pretty.
I was
yeah.
making a joke.
Anyway,
Don't fulfill the meme.
design-wise, I think, boy, man, he gave. When I first saw him in the trailers, I'm like, holy shit, this guy looks gay as fuck.
Right? I wish he was.
No, he's not.
Like literally gay, not like the bad gay, just literally gay.
No, I know. I wish he was.
I liked how you specify that.
Yeah, I
Don't want to offend anybody.
Yeah, no. It's a buzzword. Don't worry, guys.
Kek.
But yeah, I mean, I think out of the 3 pre-time skip ones, I think he definitely feels weaker than the other 2. If I gotta be honest.
Really?
Just
Really?
pre-time raw, just alone. I like it. I'm not saying it's bad.
Oh, no.
I actually really do like it.
Oh no.
Maybe it's the fact that he has the shortest capes, and I really like capes.
Hector,
Make it longer.
Hector, I'm gonna have to disagree with you
Tell me why, because you have an opinion.
because it looks amazing.
Can I?
No,
That's a pretty
because-
Derek
Well,
response.
we haven't gotten to Edelgard yet, and I'll explain why why I'm in the biggest minority here in saying that I don't like Edelgard. I don't like
As a person, no, don't worry. He's just
no
not your
aesthetically.
Yeah, aesthetically.
Wow.
But I think that
thing. I almost thought you were gonna go towards his dick.
he doesn't. You can't see it.
Nice
You
feet.
gotta emphasize that. Those beautiful green eyes.
They are nice.
But when I think of Dimitri, his uniform and everything else, it's so simple. Like it doesn't look any different compared.
Pre-time skip?
Pre-time skip.
Okay.
It
I was
doesn't-
about to beat you.
No. His post-time skip, remember, it was like a 5.5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is the best thing in the game. Best design.
But his pre-time skip looks almost just like everyone else's.
God, his neck is huge in this one.
It's his collar.
Just, I don't know. Maybe probably right.
Yeah.
Anyways, go on.
But and then we'll get to Edelgard's later because I don't like her pre-time skip either.
Mm-hmm.
But Claude's it's the most detailed because
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Edelgard has more detail.
Huh?
Yeah, Edelgard has way more detail.
Of course you look, you know that simp.
She
Yeah, I
has
do.
she has a
I
cape
look
and
at plenty of fan
leggings.
art. We'll show you.
I
some
hate
more.
how you
Yeah,
don't have any shame.
show me later. But like if
You
you
can't.
pan back,
It hurts me.
If you like Edelgard, you can't have shame.
yeah, if
I-
you did,
I-
you would be shamed.
There we go.
I'm personally ashamed that I don't like Edelgard.
Yeah.
Like if you pan back fully, like I understand what you mean about like the full cape, but he makes the short cape work.
You know what else I don't like? How puffy this bottom part is.
I never noticed
It's
because you
his
never really see
coat.
the legs.
It's just
But I kind
I
of
like
agree.
it though. Sure. It's the mixture of the fact that he has puffy pants and his coat wraps around him. No one else has a coat. He does. He's the only one who does.
I guess so.
He's the only one who has like the most designed. It's the most different of the school uniforms.
Out of the 3, I'd definitely say he stands out maybe a little more just because he's like, I don't give a shit. I'll show my fucking chest.
Yeah. Yeah.
You show neck.
Well, I think this one's... Did he always have a yellow shirt here? Maybe he did.
Yeah.
I guess it's just the portrait that I looked at found differently. But I'm going to talk about his way better one, which is this fucking one, his
Oh,
chat
no.
version. Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Don't say that phrase! No!
Oh no, you're disagreeing with my opinion.
I'm
Oh
gonna
no.
have to disagree with you again.
Oh no, Derek, you're hurting me again. Ouch.
Why is this a downgrade? Tell me.
It's too much.
What?
It's way too much. I
He
don't.
looks blind as fuck though.
No,
He does. I agree with
don't-
Hector.
I don't like the puffy
is better.
sleeves.
Put your fight with the puffy.
I love the medals. It's so cool.
No, I don't like the medals.
I expect you to like the medals.
I don't. I don't like the weird sash that he's wearing.
I love the
now.
sash.
I know
Yeah,
you do.
it's great.
I don't. I don't like his hair. I don't like the facial hair.
He has the flag of the alliance.
What of
I never
it?
noticed. That's really cool.
Huh? What of it?
That's cool as shit.
Because he's a line
Great.
player.
Can you imagine a soldier with fucking that with the American flag on his shoulder? That'd be cool as shit.
No, because he gets
That'd be
shot at
wrong.
immediately.
Yeah.
That'd be wrong.
This is why it's super cool.
It is really cool.
I never said anything about the cape though.
Like, I don't know, man. Like when
I don't like it.
listen, man. If you want to be fucking golden, this is the fucking one. This is a golden fucking character.
Like I might agree with Derek. The facial's a little weird, but I'm okay with it.
I understand
like
that it's a way for him to show that he grew up a little,
Yes.
but I don't like it. I don't like this design.
I'm not gonna fight you too much on the facial hair because I think that's a little weird.
No, it's not about the facial hair. It's just like from hair to boots. I don't like it.
I think he just has a general problem with the design.
I guess so.
You know what I'm staring at most is the fucking bow. I like that.
I love the bow.
I have a weird like
We'll get
distaste
to the
for
weapons
legendary
later.
weapons. Yeah, I don't know. I don't tend to like a lot.
I
of them.
personally just don't
You're
like the
wrong.
I think Fairmont is the better of the three, though.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I don't like it.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm gonna give it a 5.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
I'm gonna give it a 3.
Well,
Wow, I thought you were gonna give it a 2.
No, I can't.
Unless you want to rate pre-time skip. Or are you taking pre-time skip into account with this?
how do you want to
I
rate?
might have to. No, if anything, I'll give this the 1 and then pre-time the 2. Just it kind
So
of
it's a one. It's like a 1.5 average.
it's a lowest common denominator, really.
Wow, well that's a shame.
Yeah.
Well-
If it was the previous one, I'd give it a 4 to a 5. This one, I have to give 3.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Moving on to Mr. Martin Luther.
What's his last name?
Fuck, it starts with an R.
I don't remember.
Reagan.
Regan, yeah.
Regan.
Yeah.
Martin Claude Regan, the junior.
Junior.
He has a
wait.
dream.
He is a junior, isn't he? From his
I-
father?
No, I don't think so.
He
Oh.
doesn't.
But yeah,
It'd be really funny if he did
That'd be-
for this bit.
Yeah.
his name is Claude Von Regan, and he has a dream to end the world's racism.
Yes. Never says racism, but it's, come on.
Heavily
Oh, yeah.
implied.
Almost to explicit points, honestly.
Racism on both sides. He doesn't just call out Poland, he calls out Elmira plenty of times, saying like they're pretty fucked up too.
Yeah.
And Dusky.
I think this is why I like Claude a lot. Just like the fact that he exists is that he adds a lot more to the world.
The fact that he is here means he's a
Just his
godsend.
existence alone is already like good enough because it really expands the world a little more. Like neighboring countries and everything.
I do like Claude, but when I compare him to Dimitri completely blows him out of the water.
So what do you feel is the disconnection with compared to Dimitri?
He's a trickster.
Because I'm gonna make a restatement. Because I told back in the Blue Lions that Claude was probably gonna be my favorite. No, Dimitri's firmly my favorite now.
There we go.
Until I make him it's Edelgard because you say it so, Hector.
Ooh.
But my big problem with Claude is he does have a nice dream, but that's about it.
Okay.
At least in the main story. That's all it is. It's just like he doesn't really have anything like really interesting, like an arc. Like some people say he has a subtle arc of him trusting more people. I didn't notice. That might be on me.
That's really hard to tell for me, honestly. I don't think that's a good way of saying it.
Yeah, I didn't notice if it's there. I didn't notice.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even Edelgard goes through an arc herself, and I think her
Like
the Edelgard, the trusting people part works better with Edelgard than it does with Claude. I think.
yeah, like Claude didn't really have an arc at all.
No.
Like he's
I
just
think that's
he has a goal in mind, a plan.
I think that's one thing that I don't like about, and I'll bring back to the aesthetic point, is the fact that his outfit looks extremely mature. It's something that definitely a king would wear, but I feel like that because he never went through the arc of advancing his maturity level, he kind of stayed like.
You think so?
Yeah.
He stopped goofing off a lot after the post once the post time skip. Like he
Kind of.
But with the supports, he kind of stayed the same.
Not that much. I mean, obviously, if you get to the C and B supports, they're obviously based off the pre-time skip ones. I know what you're gonna say. The support system broken. We already said it 4 times.
It's the villain, it's the true villain of the game. Because who else is?
We said it 4 times. We're not gonna repeat ourselves because this thing's almost gonna be fucking 2 hours. But either or.
Can't wait, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking Claude.
Maturity.
Maturity.
Yes.
He stopped. He obviously he's Claude. He still goofs off, but he goofs off way less comparatively to his.
Well, I understand that, but it's like that's mostly when like the war starts to become
Oh
big.
boy, I can talk about Golden Deer route because this is because he's the main character.
Mm-hmm.
The whole Golden Deer route is just the war until it becomes not the war, and the last 2 chapters are like, oh fuck, we gotta clean up the mess.
It's a hop, skip, and a fucking beat
yeah,
to the.
it's like a neck break speed race to the end. And I'm like, whoa. Because a lot of the war beforehand was like, I am just bored to tears at this story because there's fucking nothing. There is some intrigue of like, wow, that place just got nuked. That's wow.
Yeah.
That's like chapter 18.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been really fucking like amazing, and if they changed up the story a bit and made it where Embark got nuked before they got to Edelgard.
Oh my god, that would actually help a lot because they're like, oh wow, the war's end. But how?
One of my biggest problems with Golden Deer is when you fought Edelgard, how it's not that personal.
No.
Yeah.
It's weird, especially that scene.
When it's Dimitri and Edelgard, it's the most intense thing possible. When it's Claude, it's whatever.
It's especially really like apparent when Blue Lions is my first playthrough. It felt very personal with Edelgard. Edelgard's kind of a stranger that you don't really want to fight, but you kind of have to because she's kind of the villain until she's not anymore.
It's really weird where Edelgard's cutscenes like, I wanted to walk with you, but it's like, what the
who are you?
Yeah, it works better obviously in Silver Snow because she was your student.
Yes.
Works a lot better.
That does work better because like Edelgard in like some of the routes, it's just like, why are you attached to Bio so much?
Yeah.
If it's like Crimson Flower and Silver Snow, it makes perfect sense.
Not really attached to Violet and Blue Lions though. More, it feels more personal. It feels more personal with Dimitri.
Yeah, that's true. But like with Golden Deer, she's like, "Oh, I don't want to fight you, Professor." I'm like, "I didn't even have you as a student.
We never even spoke."
It's very weird. Definitely.
Yeah, but that's more of a Edelgard, or more of the game problem.
But yeah, imagine like right after defeating Hubert, it's like, all right, we're gonna go right there. No, you're not. Hubert gets the last piece of information before they die, and then they go to the dubstep Illuminati place.
Amazing.
That would give them at least 3 chapters. It's still not enough because I feel like it's so unbaked, undercooked with the Illuminati, where they're like literally nothing.
Because
you get like a sentence, be like, they were probably the guys that hide when we were going to war in the underground. But, oh, okay, I guess.
Well, that makes sense with the fucking name, but who are they?
Like, who are they? Like, is that really a reason? Is there more to that? We don't know, and we will never know. Never.
Yeah. No.
And that's a real shame, because the Illuminati had a chance to be cool.
There you go. You're all now you're Claude. You're all about secrets.
Yeah.
He is about secrets, because like in the only thing that happens the pre-time skip is just like secrets. Hey, look at the library. We gotta find some secrets. Wow, look at this picture. Said it takes away.
I do like the small little nod that they give though. Is like how the smallest interest when they say the sword of the creator can even destroy mountains. When in some of the reports it says he wanted to destroy the fucking mountains that is between Elmira and Voldland.
Okay, that's a nice touch.
There was even a point where he was talking with Bylers, like, well, like I noticed that you got the like when I found out that you got the sword of the creator, I almost wanted to take it from you. Yeah, he wanted it. Oops. He wanted.
He also states that like, without you, I don't think I can really accomplish my dream.
No.
This is what I love about all the characters. They all need Byleth.
Yeah.
Yeah, in
which
some way.
I don't like to the longest extent, because then that means that they're literally nothing without the one character.
Which makes me wonder how they would all be if none of them had him.
Which would be amazing to see, wouldn't it?
Well, you don't, because even in Silver Snow, they fucking nuke all 3 of them.
Yeah.
So who gives a shit?
It's a shame.
It's kind of like, oh my god, you are literally the Messiah and we need you. It's like, for to win every other route. It's like, well, then apparently you can't do anything by yourself, so you are nothing.
Pretty much. As Dimitri has to rely on emotional support, and similarly, Edelgard just more getting a heart. Claude is more about things actually working.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, Byleth is a miracle worker, man.
Also, there is a moment in the story which I do appreciate where he's just like, since you're part of the church, and the Alliance really likes the church, I'm going to use it as like bring you over to talking thing, and they'll actually listen because I have the view.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it worked. And that's probably one aspect of that he really needed Byleth.
Yeah. I also really do like his stance on religion.
That's probably the most interesting thing about him, because he has a pretty, I would say, neutral stance about religion.
Kind of agnostic-ish.
Yeah.
Yes, where he's like, we should really appreciate the land more. It provides us the food, the home, water, yada yada. I don't know. I don't think that really God does that. I don't think so, anyways. But like,
he says it could be one.
It could be, but I don't know. But we know the land does, for very least.
When he states to the effect like, it is stated in literature that the gods have provided us this land, but without us, would we have been able to do anything with the land?
Yeah, there you
like
go.
if the farmers did not toil the land and then put in the hours of work in order to make our food, do we thank the farmers for the food, or do we thank the gods for making the land so we can have the food?
Boy, I feel like I've had this argument with my religious parents before.
Right.
Like,
oh my god.
But it's a really good idea.
Claude's funny because I find him more interesting in his supports than the story. Because his story is like, it's just saying like, I have a dream.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And it's nothing much. And he owns Grandpa. He has to go back to make him...
Okay, Boomer.
He has to own Boomer so he can go back to his nappy time.
The CEO of racism has been defeated.
Amazing.
It feels so, like, kind of weird how, like... I get why he's the final boss, but also at the same time, there's nothing really, like, personal about it.
The story drags on a bit.
Yeah.
No, the story just, like, kicks you in the head, be like, hey, we gotta do this now. What? It happens. Do it.
This next thing.
Yeah,
it's like 3 in a row.
It's literally Edelgard, Those Who Slither in the Dark, and Nemesis.
And Nemesis
in order.
It's a little cartoonish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like...
It's like you gotta fucking sprint down the line.
There's a good reason why they're fighting him. One, he's raising villages. That's not good. And two, he's just making a beeline towards Gary Mark where he's probably just gonna like, destroy it all, bitch.
Yeah.
That's a compelling reason to stop him. But there's like no like personal motivation. Like
he comes out of nowhere.
He comes out of nowhere. He just wakes up from his nappy time because Sermbal is destroyed, and he's just like, oh, I gotta kill Saros now because I'm awake.
What do you do?
And Claude just sees him like as the embodiment of evil. I don't know, because it really...
We don't know much about Nemesis.
Because Nemesis, it feels like he was just used, because he's just like, he was just a regular bandit, and the Sliver and Dark is like, hey, do you like murder? Yes. Do you want to do it more? Yes. I love murder.
The only reason why I like Nemesis as the final enemy, because the first boss you fight is a level 1 bandit, the last boss you fight is a level 50 bandit.
He's an absolute unit, by the way.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah. No,
he's
100%.
stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy
especially in
shit.
maddening. Oh my god.
My god. His stats in maddening's like in the 500s total.
It's scary how strong he is in maddening.
It's absurd. Like, oof.
But no, the
yeah, like back to Claude's religion thing. Like, he's not even like mad about like the Folden God's religion. He's like, hey, as long as it gives someone support, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like that, it has value to him. At least if it has other value to other people, then he's fine by it. Honestly, as long as it helps them out.
This is why I'm very firm. Even Hilda points it out. Out of the 3, he's pretty much the best one. Like he's the best ending. Because honestly, I think Edelgard has her own thing going, but the problem is that the way to get there is not great, and that it kind of makes seeds for more violence in the future. But I don't know. And Dimitri,
it's unstable.
And Dimitri, very similarly, Dimitri doesn't fix anything.
No.
He once he dies, it's gonna go back to square one.
But without Edelgard.
There's gonna be something else rising up. The crests are still a problem. I guess there's still problems amidst, and that's why I kind of don't like that one.
There's gonna be some imperial power who thinks that they're gonna be strong enough, and then they'll rise up, and then they'll get their army, and then they'll do it all over again.
Claude is the closest thing I think when it comes to
happy endings.
Yeah, the happiest endings, because he plans on fixing even if supporting with Petra. he brings them together Bridget, Foldland, Elmira, and there's probably more on his horizon.
Everybody.
Although there was someone in the comments being like, Claude's naive, thinking
He
that,
is.
yeah, thinking just for breaking the borders that it will actually help, and that, you know what, that's a fair critique of Claude because he doesn't really actually have a plan.
He's naive in pre-time skip.
I think in post-time step he is too.
He is not, because he gives out all his plans because he's aware. He knows what it is. He says the people of Fulton always call other people barbarians, and the people in Elmira call the other people in Fulton cowards. So the way he does it is that once he's done, he says, I don't need to stay in Fulton anymore. Oh yeah, this is also in his S report, by the way. He says, fuck it, I don't need it. I need to go to Elmira and personally fix shit in there myself. We're fine in Fulton. That's why he makes sure to appoint you as the leader of Fulton. Yes, he makes sure to do that. And in doing so, because you're immortal, you can keep the peace similar to Rhea does, only without hopefully
being
experimenting.
crazy.
Yeah, experiment on babies.
Ooh gaga.
Because you can't even speak.
I'm dead now.
And he's gonna try to fix shit over there, and once that kind of brings it all together, it'll be better. Yeah, it'll just sort itself out, but just bring it all in. So I don't think his problem is gonna be fixed immediately, because when it comes to those kind of cultural gaps, it's always gonna.
It takes time, if ever.
But I think him starting is amazing.
Yeah.
Fair enough, I guess.
And I understand what you mean by naivety, thinking that like just because you break borders, that means that everyone's gonna like each other, because that's basically what the idea of world peace is the fact that like nobody has to worry about barriers or whatever. But it's like just because everyone starts coming together doesn't mean that they're gonna be coming together peacefully.
Yeah.
That's like, and just if they do, that doesn't mean it's going to be lasting forever.
The only flaw I see with the ending, the biggest one at least, because you guys mentioned that one, is that there's a high chance, I think, of civil war happening. Because when medieval times especially, when you get that many people together, the only thing that I feel that fuels unity that hard is war.
Yeah.
Enemy of an enemy is my friend. When it's all that peaceful, people start being like, I don't like this one thing about these people.
Yeah.
And it grows from there,
Because it's kind of like one of those nihilistic ideas. People thrive off of conflict, so even if the world is at peace, there will always be that one thing that people will not like, which means that they will have to over-exaggerate it completely just so they can fix that one thing that they don't like, which would cause an immediate eruption. I understand, like it's a molehill into a mountain, but it's still possible.
It's hard. Again, I mostly speak out because it's medieval times.
Yeah.
I think it's a little harder to keep people happy during these times.
Especially because we've gone through, 13 games now where that's the ending and everything still keeps going to shit.
Yeah. So,
as long as the fucking dragon still exists.
That being said, though, I think Claude fixes up a lot of shit compared to the other ones.
Momentarily.
I think Edelgard does a better job at it, like making sure it's like this is it. Again, getting there is pretty fucking awful.
Like you don't get to be immortal anymore.
But yeah, no, Claude's more about protecting the weak though, so or helping the weak and whatever.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, I think that's why I like Claude. I think he's a little more like doesn't have to be a dick or crazy in order to achieve his dreams, which I think is cool.
I think he's likable. Probably the most likable of the three, if I gotta be honest. But I find him probably from looking, and this is not looking from Microsoft binoculars with Edelgard. I think out of the three, he's probably the least interesting because he doesn't have that much to say, story-wise, anyways. But in supports, he has an interesting view of religion.
I think he also has an interesting background.
Sure. But he doesn't really talk about it. He kind of vaguely talks about it, I guess, because he just,
depends on who you support.
Even, with certain people like Hilda or, Petri doesn't even bring it up. Well, Hilda is I'll talk about it later. After the war.
So, to fill you in. So, the fucking mom was originally from Fordland. Dad was from Elmira.
They met up, made Claude, and then he was in Elmira.
Yeah.
Until he became enfolded.
And he explained. I think this is more about Cyril, how he talks about how it's just life was like in Elmira, how his dad used to like drag him in by the ropes and whatever, but that was just considered fun. Like he had a rough his family played rough, but that's just how they played.
I also like the thing of like his mom beat the shit out of like his like trainer, who was actually very prestigious, owned that guy really hard. I'm like, holy shit.
It's pretty funny. But no, he was just offered the fucking mantle because no one else would fucking take it. He decided to do it and just go for it. But I think it's his experience going from Elmira to Fulham. He started to realize like how much of an outsider he actually felt from both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Which he does point out, which I think is his whole fueling source of why he wants to end this.
It makes sense why he feels the way he does. I'm not like that's my problem, and his goal is a noble one, and it makes sense. I'm just like, Keck. I'm just like comparing it to Dimitri. There's some depth that I missed. Maybe that's just a personal thing. I like characters I can really admire, or at least really appreciate them going through turmoil and be like, yes. I don't know.
I guess you want to see suffering going on or whatever.
I don't know. Not even suffering.
An arc.
Just an arc. Just something like. Because he does have some interesting thoughts, introspection, and support. But in the story, he's like pretty consistent, like doing quote unquote schemes.
His mindset never changes.
Yeah, and like the dream stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still think he's rad though, because he makes me laugh sometimes, especially when he knows. And post time skip, by the way, this is when it's all serious. If you fight Claude with Edelgard, Claude does actually scare Edelgard by knowing the weakness that Edelgard is scared of rats. It's there's rats behind you, and she actually squirms in fear for a second. And I think that's kind of hilarious.
In chapter 19?
Yep.
Yeah.
Gronder Field, when everything's all serious.
Oh, chapter 17.
It's like, oh man, you got
Oh, no, not that one. Sorry. No, in chapter 19, she basically says, come on, you should join us. We both want this shit to be fucking broken down. The walls of Jericho. Break it down. Yeah, no, that's what Edelgard is.
No.
It's funny because I think Claude could work really well with the other two. Then again, this applies to every character as well. Because it kind of sucks that, Dimitri was too fucking punished.
Claude's the one who's just reaching his hands like, come on.
Come on.
And like, at least in Blue Lines, Dimitri's like, yeah, of course. Although Claude just like, I'm gonna bail now.
It kind of sucks that he just bails a little too quickly. I kind of wish he stuck around.
Yeah, at least I wish he bailed like after this. Like maybe he was like once they got to Embar, he's like, alright, I'm gonna bail now.
Yeah, maybe like he helped get him inside Embar.
Right.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, there we go.
It's funny because during my first playthrough, I didn't know about like the post time skip thing where they meet back at the field where all three of them meet back into the field.
There's a flower.
Yeah. Because I'm like, oh look, Edelgard's here. She's the enemy. Hey, Dimitri's here. I'm gonna go talk to him.
Oops.
Big oops. He was like, oh, you're gonna come after me? I'm gonna kill you first. Like,
I got it.
All right, let's replay that back. So yeah. So like, okay. So then I'm gonna go get Edelgard, finished her off, and so it's like, okay, now I get to go talk to Dimitri. No.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess you can just not have two in one game.
No.
So anyways.
Also, Dimitri's a monster. When I was facing that map, I don't know how anyways, he was gonna attack Hilda for 70 damage.
Yeah,
Dimitri's crazy.
God.
Yes!
Dimitri,
he's a monster.
Dimitri can actually, in post-time skip, with the high defense Edelgard, can one-shot her.
Yes.
Which is insane.
It's absurd.
Dimitri is scary as an enemy unit.
That's terrifying.
It is.
With like 26% crit.
Oh boy.
Anywho. So yeah, conclusion.
Is there any other supports? Because
funny man. Cool.
I'm trying to think. Because we only really touched about his like religion shit.
Marianne, okay. Lysithia, funny. Funny man, funny. He's upside down. Haha, laugh at meme.
Everyone wishes he was gay.
His Petra one at first is like, and then it becomes kind of cool. But the A support becomes the S support. Then I'm like, oh okay.
The Shamir one's okay.
I didn't see that one.
It's a little more lax, and they talk about traveling the world and shit. Like they talk about a little bit just more worldly stuff, I guess I should say. I like the Hilda one.
The other one does become good.
Raphael.
What the hell is the Raphael one?
I forgot actually.
Me too.
I don't think it goes that deep, honestly.
I don't think I got that.
We'll think about nothing to think about. Lawrence is pretty alright.
Lawrence gets a honestly, that Lorenz and Claude is probably my favorite Claude support.
Yeah,
it's really good.
It's good. I'm trying to think of something else. I'm sure. Fuck, I can't think of the other houses. But anywho, I think
Lorenz and Bernadetta. It's out of nowhere.
Claude, funny and cool, and does. I think is a good person compared to the other three, because holy shit, the three can get batshit crazy. But
the three being Rhea, Edelgard, and Dimitri.
Yeah,
that's fair. He's probably the most goodest boy of that four. I'll definitely concede to that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I feel like I'm starving here. He gave me some good appetizers.
He does go for the secrets.
I just want some meals. I want a good meal, and Dimitri provides that for me.
Fair enough.
Like, Claude gives him nice ass appetizers.
So you,
I adore Claude.
Really?
I think he's a great person. Like you said, he's very charismatic. I understand that it's not one of my favorite characteristics about him, but he sticks to his guns. I understand that he doesn't throw into a whole lot of depth of the idea.
It's not even my favorite golden tier.
That's fine. I don't know if he's mine either.
He's probably 4 or 5 for me.
Now that's pushing it. But I like the fact that he sticks to his guns. His morals. His morals never change.
Yep.
He's always a good boy through and through, even though he's a cunning a-hole who likes to trick people sometimes. But you know what they say.
Quote unquote.
Yeah. Well, there's a point where he wants to poison someone.
His only times where scheming becomes like kind of a thing is like, I guess if you count the secret thing, and also chapter 18. That's the closest I can think.
He wanted to dip his
It's
hair.
kind of underutilized, his quote-unquote scheming.
You want to know the master of trick and play fucking Black Eagles and White Clouds. Sorry, I'm actually your enemy. Edelgard shoots you behind your head.
Oh.
Ouch.
Anywho.
But yeah, I think he's a great character. I just wish that he had hell to like help dress himself.
God damn it, you're still on that.
I think he's a good character.
Alright, and that has been the Golden Deer, everyone.
Oh, this picture. Why does every time that Lauren's getting owned? He doesn't deserve it.
Because it's funny that Lauren.
Because Ignaz has to paint the picture.
That's a good thing. I also like Marianne's not even participating. Just look at it. That's fair.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I like this picture. Anywho.
It's a good picture.
Great.
But yeah, man, I think the Golden Deer are definitely a better cast than the Blue Lions. And you know, it's hard to count Knights of Ceros because they don't really work together. They're kind of there as little bits and pieces you can grab however
you get to
like.
have them anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Golden Deer probably work. The Golden House works probably way better.
Golden Deer as a house is probably the strongest, but it doesn't have like the high of Dimitri or Dedu for me, or even Linhart now. But Lawrence gets the closest.
Funny enough, there's not as much interconnection with Golden Deer because in Blue Lions, everyone's like super connected.
They have their neat clicks.
Yeah, there's a lot of nets in this one, and here there's not too many. There's some duos.
Yeah.
You get your Ignaz and Raphael.
Claude and Hilda.
But there's not really that many. The web's not that huge.
Yeah. Then again, it kind of works out because Alliance is like kind of a scattered territories.
Yeah, it totally works.
So it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I mean, unlike the, Black Eagles, they're super connected because they're all just basically here's basically the future government.
Yeah.
Here's everyone
and a commoner
with one outsider.
But it's a hot outsider.
But yeah, how do you feel about the Golden Deer?
They're the only ones I played, so of course I like them.
How about the other characters, just from binocular perspective? Do you think they're better than most?
Other characters from Golden Deer or from the other houses?
The other
houses.
Just using your binoculars alone.
I definitely like them. I like them personally more than Blue Lions, but like you said, the dynamic of them, I like the Black Eagles more.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Like, I think so far, Blue Lions is the most consistently nice house of characters.
Blue Lions? Or Golden Deer?
Fuck!
Black
Golden
Eagles?
Deer.
Golden Deer.
Yeah.
My brain's messing up.
That's fair.
It's malfunctioning.
That's okay.
No, you're catching Raphael.
What?
Anyway.
Anything else? Is it? Oh, you kind of cut off mid-sentence.
I'm blanking out, man.
Alright, so there we go. That has finally been the Golden Deer podcast.
We finally did it, and now...
Time to wait 3 more months.
We're going to have a fourth person. A fourth? Join us for Black Eagles, or unless Derek doesn't want to come. That's going to be up to you. Do you want to do the Black Eagles one?
Sure.
Alright,
that's going to be really awkward, because it's going to be 3 people that know who they're talking about, and you'd be like, I know a
Dorothea.
couple.
I know who they are.
A couple of them.
I know who Ferdinand.
You'll watch all the supports.
I know who Ferdinand is, and I think Bernadette is adorable. I know who these people are.
Can't wait to talk about Bernadetta.
Good enough. Anyways.
So excited.
Yeah.
So excited about talking about Bernadetta.
Alright, so
Birdie dirty.
I'm going to cut this short. No post-long discussion because it's already 2 hours.
Yeah.
So, outro. Derek, you go first.
I have to outro.
Do you want me to start the outro, or do you want to start?
Thank you everybody for watching this episode. If you like our stuff, like and subscribe.
That's your ending quote.
Yeah.
What did you gain from this podcast?
Fear the deer.
Oh, me?
Yeah. What's you with Devin?
Okay. I hope I didn't repeat myself too much. I'm a little worried that I did.
Support system bad, it seems.
Support system bad.
Evil.
Characters good though, despite it. Yeah. Look forward to Crimson Flower, where I talk about how Linkard's one of the better characters and how Bernadette is actually the worst character in the game. Boom.
And I'm Hector, and I still think Edelgard did nothing wrong.
But she's not hot
Simp.
though.
Simp. Good heavens! It appears the simp has fallen for love of the e-girl.
Oh man,
I can't wait till
give me your dressing bathwater.
I hope I team up with Jesus and punch you in that podcast and own you.
Oh man.
She's so not hot.
Anyways,
we're gonna beat you down. Me, Derek, and he.
I'll need the fucking defense of Edelgard to defend all those blocks.
Here's
I
Felix's
got a
shield,
magic
by the way.
book spell.
No, I'm owned. Anyways, Golden Deer funny. Haha. XD. Laugh at my memes. Goodbye, everyone.
Fear the deer.
Bye bye.